In their debut AFL season, the Jacksonville Sharks are ranked #1 in the AFL coaches poll, but the Orlando Predators are fighting for their playoff lives. Just ask DB Kenny McIntyre.
Hey man, we get ready to be live on NFL Network.
Welcome to the jungle here in Orlando, Florida at Amway Arena. They have dubbed this newly minted series the Jive on I-95. The Jacksonville Sharks traveling down I-95 to get to Orlando to take on the Predators. And here you see the South Division standings in the American Conference. Jacksonville's won every game it's played in Florida. Perfect 5-0. 4-0 at home. Meanwhile, the Orlando Predators started out 0-3, but they are on a bit of a winning streak. They've won 4 of their last 6 games, and they are fighting for their playoff lives. Hello again, everyone. I'm Fran Charles. We were fortunate to have both of these teams meeting back in week 3 on our NFL Network game, and it was all Jacksonville. The Sharks won by 26 points, 57-31. It was the first meeting between these two teams, but now midway through the season, there is a much different feel as Orlando is pressing to make a late playoff push. I am happy to be joined by Charles Davis. And Charles, Orlando finds itself with all the pedigree and the postseason success a little bit stuck in the barn, trying to get out and trying to get on that playoff run.
And the way they need to get there is through their quarterback, because in the Arena Football League, your only success is if you have your quarterback playing at a high level. And Nick Hill is a great prospect out of AF2, threw for over 4,500 yards and 93 touchdowns there last year. But his decision-making in recent games has become an issue for his team. He needs to play awfully well tonight. I think he will. He has the tools. In fact, he was called out by a teammate, Kenny McIntyre, the AFL Defensive Player of the Year in previous seasons. He said he has to play a whole lot better. Nick Hill has that opportunity tonight.
All right, what about the playoff push here for Orlando?
Well, I think that for them, the pedigree, you mentioned it, Fran, is there. This is a team that has never missed the playoffs since its inception. In fact, in 2001, they began their season 0-3, as they did this year, but that team went 8-7 and made the playoffs. This team needs probably a 5-2 run down the stretch in order to have that shot.
Meanwhile, Jacksonville looks like been here, done that, even though they're in their first year, and it largely starts with the poise at quarterback with Herron.
But when you build a team with him, when you're talking about maybe the best player in Arena Football history, it's a great starting spot. Herron Garcia, the most touchdowns in Arena Football League history. This guy does it all, and he does it with the help of 2 terrific wide receivers. Number 15, Jomo Wilson, and number 18, Dallas Baker. Watch for those guys to try and get big plays on Orlando's secondary early in this game.
Arena football, oftentimes we spend talking about big offenses, but if you can get key critical stops, it's huge, and Jacksonville allows the fewest points per game of any team in the league.
They're the best overall defense in the league, Fran, and in particular, keep an eye on the secondary. D. Webb, number 5, a former Florida Gator and a short time in the NFL. He's a ball hawk, and they're blitzing linebackers, number 20, Rajon Miles. If you end up getting 3.5 or 4 stops in a ball game, you usually have a good chance to win. Jacksonville averages more than that.
All right, kickoff coming up after the break. We have a special halftime announcement we want you to hang with us for. After the break, though, you'll meet the third member of our team, Anthony Herron. We'll be talking to Herron Garcia. Kickoff coming up.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's take care of business, baby. Prime time once again. Let's go, baby. Here we go. Let's go, man. Play hard on 3. 1, 2, 3. Play hard.
knows what's at stake. Southern Division, we can knock these guys out. We can knock these guys out tonight. Don't let these guys play. Great crowd, great atmosphere, NFL Network, national television. We play well in front of big crowds like this. Don't let these guys play. Don't let them breathe. Put your foot on their throat early and step on it. Don't let them breathe. Don't let them play. All right? We'll get this crowd out of it early. They'll be chasing us all night. We will defer. All right, defer the second half if we win. Hey, guys, have fun tonight. Get after them. We're rested. Just have fun. Get after them all night long. Let's go get a prayer.
What I want you to do tonight is have fun. Let it all hang out. You got nothing to lose, man. Right. Nothing to lose. Right. Nobody believes. Nobody believes but the people in this room. I say go out and have fun. Knock the hell out of somebody. All right, somebody make a big play, and let's roll. Everybody right here.
Yes, sir. Wake the fuck up. Let's go.
Go, baby.
Get home.
You got Matt. Full tilt.
Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win.
We're walking right now.
Let's go.
All right, Fran Charles alongside Charles Davis. We're ready for kickoff, but first a word from Anthony Herron, who's with the Sharks quarterback.
That's right, Fran. I've got Shark QB Aaron Garcia. Now, you guys were the hottest team in the league going into that bye week. Are you able to keep some momentum, you think, tonight?
Well, I think we're going to find out real quick here. So that's the idea. We got home, we got some rest, got to spend time with our kids, our families, things like that. Now they're watching us on the NFL Network. We better be ready.
Now, we viewed the South Division as the best division in the AFL right now. You've got a shot at maybe knocking out one of these opponents.
Yeah, we're not trying to give them any momentum, any chances. We got to jump on them quick and stay on them all night long.
All right, good luck tonight, Aaron.
All right, thank you.
Fran?
All right, Anthony, thank you very much. The Orlando Predators won the coin toss, so they will receive in the all-black, the Jacksonville Sharks in the white and red unis. They will kick off. Paul Edinger will kick off for the Sharks, and that is Josh Bush deep for the Predators. A few weeks back against Tulsa, he took 2 kickoffs back for touchdowns, so their special teams are explosive. It is Bush, and he will try to play it off the post. And Bush is out of his own end zone across the 10 to about the 11-yard line as we take a look at the Orlando Predators starting offense, starting with Nick Hill. And Charles, you talked about it. He has shown that he can be dynamic at times, but had that late pick last week against Spokane, which killed them inside a minute. They were up 6. And they ended up losing the ball game.
And previously in the season, he had handled that same situation very well.
Z-Smoke wing dig.
Hey, let's bring it in. Hey, there's not much to say, right? We know what we got to do. Stick together and win, baby. Stick together and win. We got right yo-yo, 50 sting, Z-Smoke, wing dig on first down. Ready?
All right, there was a 5-yard penalty on the play, so the Predators are going to start at their 16. That is Josh Bush, the high motion man. Hill with all day, lofts it up to Robert Quiroga, who catches it, and he's knocked by D. Webb out of bounds at the Sharks' 11-yard line. You can catch the ball and hit the wall. 23 yards on the completion.
Fran, you couldn't ask for a better start if you're Nick Hill. First pass of the game, first play of the game. He feathers it in between 2 defenders. And Robert Quiroga goes up and catches it, absorbs the hit from D. Webb, and a big first play for Orlando.
Ready? 50, 1, 2.
So the Predators in business at the Sharks' 11-yard line, and that is Quiroga in motion. The hard count from Hill. Hill now out to his left, hits Bush, who cuts back. Bush is wrapped up by Bill Alford inside the 5 to the 4 as we take a look at the Jacksonville defense. And that front 3 is fearsome. Neefe Moffitt, Jeff Littlejohn, and Henry Taylor. Taylor, of course, has spent some time in the National Football League, primarily with the Atlanta Falcons and Detroit Lions. In a 3-year span in the AFL, he racked up 24.5 sacks, including back in 2006 when he played for these Orlando Predators.
No, you're the tight end.
Second and short now. And it's Bush in motion, and they fake the flip to him. Hill with time, fires over the middle, and Quiroga is there. Hill took a shot from Rajon Miles, but it was after he completed the 4-yard touchdown strike, and just like that, the Predators are on the board. You've got a young quarterback whose last impression was a poor interception, and he comes right back. We talked to him before the game. He seemed calm, and he drives his team right down the field to score.
Love what I saw. Absorbed the team criticism, moved on, and used his second read on that play to create the touchdown pass. Hung in the pocket, took the hit to deliver the strike.
Carlos Martinez comes off for the extra point.
Look at Nick Hill in the pocket. One read, two reads, comes back to the second one to hit Quiroga for it. And watch what happens as he delivers the football. Absorbs a big double shot from the Jacksonville Sharks defense. Trajan Miles, 20, number 44, Neepi Moffitt, does not deter him from being accurate and putting the first points of the game on the board.
And this Jacksonville defense, they can bring some pressure now. Their 15 sacks are third in the league, and they said the key to stopping Nick Hill, because he's got such great feet, is to hit him. But they weren't able to stop Hill on that drive. Let's check in with Anthony Herron.
Fran, I'm with Nick Hill, the man who just opened up the game with that touchdown pass. Tough loss for you guys last week. What was the practice week like for you, and how are you feeling coming into tonight's game?
You know, it's a long season, and you know, you make mistakes. You just gotta. What my high school coach used to tell me, you gotta put another shell in the gun and keep playing. You know, so that's what I did. You gotta put that past you. Come out and practice as hard as it is to keep your confidence, and just know that you got confidence. And you know, each drive, I just got to think it's 0-0. Come out here and score a lot of points.
And as the QB of a professional football team, you got so many people that count on you. How are you able to withstand that type of pressure?
That's what you sign up for when you're a quarterback. You know, you might get too much glory, you know, when you win games, but you might take too much blame. But you just got to come out here and you got to have thick skin and play hard.
I'll start for you, Nick. Congratulations. Fran.
All right, Anthony. And a nice job as we take a look at the Jacksonville Sharks offense. A nice job from Orlando's special teams as Jomo Wilson couldn't handle it deep. And the Jacksonville offense is led by number 8, Aaron Garcia, who is the AFL's version of Brett Favre. He'll be 40 in October. Favre will be 41 in October. Garcia has played for 15 years. Favre most likely will come back for a 20th season as we watch and see that play out. And Charles, you mentioned at the top of the telecast, he owns virtually every important passing record in AFL history. He still is about 800-plus yards shy of the yardage mark. And Garcia flips it out quickly to Jason Willis, who has it stripped. Sharks get it back in the end zone. They call it a safety. So right away, the Predators cause a turnover, and it turns into points.
And Fran, it starts, the big play began with number 6, Rayshon Kaiser, to the left of the screen. Watch the hit. Right there. Went for the football, knocked it free from Jason Willis, who was unable to recover the ball. Aaron Garcia does, but it turns into a safety. The big plays early going Orlando's way. What a terrific start for a team that needs the confidence.
So right away, the Predators on top 9-0. More on Rayshon Kaiser when we come back.
The Orlando Predators get a safety to go up 9-0. A reminder, the AFL on NFL Network comes your way next Friday as the Battle Wings from Bossier Shreveport travel to Tampa Bay to take on the Storm. We'll have that for you. Kickoff at 8 Eastern.
You know, Fran, nothing calms a team that has a little bit of angst, turmoil, you know, energy, disconnect, whatever you want to call it, quicker than the start the Orlando Predators have had tonight. The guy that got called out, Nick Hill, opened up very high. And then the defense joined in with a big play. Rayshon Kaiser is not just interceptions. How about the fumble he caused that led to the turnover and the safety? And now the Predators get the ball back again.
Kaiser's had an unbelievable year. Difference between the outdoor and indoor game. After a safety outdoors, they would punt it. Of course, there's no punting in the AFL. So it's Josh Bush off the nets, out past the 10 to about the 11-yard line before he is brought down. It's an 17-yard return. And he's wrapped up.
Right waggle, 50 short flop, wing post.
Here we go. Right waggle, 50 short flop, wing post on first down. Ready? 50.
Sounds like Pat O'Hara wants to attack while the attacking is good. Wing post. Let's see if he tries to get deep on this pass pattern.
Big James Lynch is in the backfield. T.T. Tolliver in motion. Hill, he's got great feet, can get away from the rush. Bernard Morris just rides him out of bounds.
Fran, that's a college quarterback making that tackle, Bernard Morris, who's now turned into a jack of all trades for Jacksonville.
Morris also can play a little wide receiver for the Sharks as we take a look at Hill escaping the pressure there. Henry Taylor was close.
Jeff Littlejohn, number 92, flushing him. And then Bernard Morris does a nice job closing on one of the better runners in this league, Nick Hill.
It's 2nd and 7 now. Bush in motion. Hard count from Hill again, and I think it worked. Looking for Bush. It's broken up by D. Webb.
That might have been a free play that might have been wasted by Orlando because Nick Hill had the free play, did a great job going for the big shot. Yep, that was on the defense on Jacksonville, so it was a free shot for Orlando. Nick Hill did a nice job getting it deep. And I think Josh Bush got his focus knocked off. But watch D. Webb coming across the front. See right there?
Yep.
Because that ball's right where it's supposed to be. If Bush catches that, it's probably another 6 points for Orlando.
Right lazy zebra, 82 hammer, Z post.
Right lazy zebra, 83 hammer, Z post. On first down, ready? Z post. You're in the middle. Bush is out. Here we go, first down.
Coming back with another post route that they're trying to get deep on the secondary.
Jerry and James in motion. Hill is going to step up and get the first down himself. It's Morris who stacks him up. Incidentally, if you notice with the ball, there's a pink stripe on the ball that's balls we're using tonight. It's charity night here in Orlando at Amway Arena, the Jungle. And that is in honor of breast cancer awareness. It's rock pink on this Friday nights here in Orlando. And there you see Nick Hill with the pink towel.
And we see it across the spectrum of professional sports. We see it in the NFL. We see it in hockey where they make the sticks, the shaft of the sticks pink. Pink bats on baseball on Mother's Day in Major League Baseball. Many people supporting a great charity.
It has been all Orlando here in the first quarter. Hill going with that hard count. And Greg Lafiche, the referee, wants to talk it over with his guys.
Encroachment, 56, defense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Great pickup there, partner, on the hard count. Nick Hill varying the snap count, using voice inflection to change things up, and twice now he's gotten Jacksonville jumping and moving before the ball is snapped.
Big fella, Henry Taylor, called for encroachment. Incidentally, congratulations to Taylor. Just had a baby girl.
He and his bride, their first child, back in South Carolina. Congratulations. Rest easy, little one.
So it's 1st and 5. James in motion, gets the running start. And Hill just wanted to throw that football away.
I wonder if he thought Josh Bush was going to break to the sideline on that play, because Bush ran an option route inside and stayed inside.
Two Iowa on two, ready?
You want to make sure they get the spot correct.
It's interesting, Fran, you go back to the start of this game, right at the top of the show, when Les Moss, the head coach of Jacksonville, was talking about we need a fast start after an open week. Right now, Orlando's got the fast start going.
It's James, who's wrapped up by Bill Alford, and there's a little extracurricular activity.
See, the hard part for people watching defense in the Arena Football League, Fran, as you well know, is that so many points are scored, you wonder if anyone's truly playing defense. The mark of a good defense in the AFL is making the offense run extra plays.
Right.
All right, the more plays you can force them into running, the better your opportunities to force turnovers.
Yeah.
So Coach Moss, he's trying to get his team jacked up and going after having a week off before playing again this week.
3rd and short, Hill looking to run all the way. Hill, he's free. He's going to score. What a start for Nick Hill, his 10th rushing touchdown of the season. He goes 17 yards, and the Jungle getting fired up.
This is not your normal quarterback sneak, is it? And look at how he absorbed the hit, rolled with it, and waltzes into the end zone. Look at that, right there. Henry Taylor had the best shot at him. He bounced off of Henry Taylor's attempted tackle. Oh, Nick, we do see you, and we see you in the end zone.
Carlos Martinez on for the extra point. And just like that, the Jacksonville Sharks shell-shocked. 16-0. Nick Hill getting it done on the ground and through the air. Predators on a roll. Asked Nick Hill all week long, need you to stand up and deliver, and he's done it early on in this ballgame, Charles.
Stayed in the pocket, took the big hit, fired the touchdown pass to Robert Quiroga. How about that on the quarterback sneak? Let it develop, and then ran through a tackle from a two-time All-AFL defensive player in Henry Taylor.
3 rushes on that last drive for 25 yards, and of course a 17-yard gallop. And there you see he's 4 for 5 on the night. Kenny McIntyre was not happy after last week's loss to Spokane, and specifically called out the quarterback. He said Nick Hill has to play better. And Pat O'Hara told us that caused some issues in the locker room. And they were able to talk it out, sort through everything, and realize some of those things have to stay in-house. But Hill has delivered so far as Jomo Wilson goes up into the boards at the 15-yard line.
Fran, if Nick Hill continues to play that way the rest of the night, they'll hug it out at the end of this ball game. That won't be a problem. And how about the tackle there? That was Carlos Martinez, the kicker, who actually saved their win against Milwaukee earlier this season with a game-saving tackle on the last play of the game.
So the Sharks shell-shocked here. Aaron Garcia and company down 16-0. Winners of 6 of their last 7, trying to get something going. This is Jason Willis in motion, and Garcia quickly dumps it off to Jomo Wilson, who reaches out close to the 25. Anthony Herron now to Les Moss.
Coach, it looks like the execution is not at the level we've seen throughout the season. Do you feel like the bye week has affected you?
No, I don't think the bye week's affected us. We had a fumble and got a safety. We just got to, absorb this heavy push by them early. We'll be fine. We just got to get, settle down, let the game play out. We'll be all right.
Quarterback Nick Hill, he struggled at different times during the season. How are you going to attack him moving forward?
Well, we just need to continue to get hits on him. We've gotten a few of them. We just need to continue to do that.
All right, thanks, Coach. Fran.
Garcia looking for Dallas Baker there. Throws it out of bounds. Jeff Garcia, 936 career touchdown passes in his 15th season in the AFL. Broke the record 2 weeks ago against the Chicago Rush. This is a special player.
He really is, and the guy whose record he broke, Clint Dolzal, the former quarterback with the Dallas Desperados and Grand Rapids Rampage, where he won an Arena Bowl. He was special too.
That's Jason Willis in motion. They got him back from a dislocated elbow. And Paul Griffin was on the case trying to get to Garcia. The pass is incomplete. Let's listen in now and see what the Sharks are going to do here on 4th and 1.
Let's go left Tampa. Z-back. 33 short storm Z-post. Left Tampa, Z-back. 33 short storm. Z-post on 1. Hot to the hit.
This is arena football, Fran. It doesn't sound like they want to run for it on 4th and short. They want to throw the ball. They want the ball in the hands of their best guy, and that's Aaron Garcia.
That's offensive coordinator Chris Siegfried with the call. Garcia wide open in the flat is Willis, and he picks up the first down. Ball's on the ground. Predators say they have it, and they do. So another costly turnover by the Sharks. Kenny McIntyre, the glove, comes up with the loose ball, and the Predators offense is coming back on the field. Costly mistake for the Sharks, who picked up the first down but couldn't hold on to the football.
Did everything right except the end of the play. Catch by Willis, tries to secure it. McIntyre, who we've talked about calling out his quarterback, well, he's delivering too. Great job getting a hand on the football, knocking it free. James Willis, Fran, earlier this season, he missed a bunch of games due to a dislocated elbow.
That's right.
And he's already dropped the ball twice trying to tuck it away.
All right, T.T. Tolliver in motion. Bush is wide open. Bush got some room, and he gets inside the 10. Jason Perry there for the stop, but not before, as Josh Bush astutely points out. It's a first down for Orlando, 21 yards.
Well, they've got it all going their way right now in terms of offense, defense, special teams, all coming together for the Orlando Predators. Wide open is Josh Bush. And remember, the Predators are missing their top 2 receiving weapons tonight. Bobby Scipio, he's out, and Derek Lewis, who tore his knee up in practice this week. Top 2 receivers not playing for the Predators this evening.
Yeah, Scipio's got a rib. They wanted him to go, but they needed another week off. Thiago, wide open. 9 yards on the touchdown strike. And the Predators are big here in the first quarter.
Now this is excellent pass protection. And Kuroga, great move, bends it outside, cuts inside on D. Webb, wide open. And look at the protection, allows Hill to step up into the pocket and deliver. The Predators Is there anything they've done wrong so far? I don't think so.
It looked a lot like the first touchdown where those two hooked up. As Carlos Martinez is on for the extra point, it's blocked. Now that it is across the line of scrimmage, that ball should be dead, but I don't know. No, the Sharks are going to be awarded 2 points here.
So similar to the college rule, if you can block it, stop it, and take it back.
We're going to have to get clarification
let's
on
see.
that, because I thought, all right, we're going to take a commercial break. We're cleaning up on the back end. Orlando big either way. Fran Charles alongside Charles Davis and Anthony Herron in Orlando. 2 key plays that just led to more Predator points, Charles. A conversion on a 4th down here by the Sharks, but Kenny McIntyre, the big strip and a recovery.
Great job by Kenny McIntyre. We've talked about this. He called out Nick Hill this week and said he has to play better. Well, if you're gonna call someone out, you need to uphold your end too, and Kenny McIntyre just did that. Well, Nick Hill, talk about message received. 2 touchdown passes already, both to Robert Quiroga, and 1 touchdown run by Nick Hill. The Orlando Predators are flying high early in this ball game.
And as the Predators get set to kick off here, we want to explain the 2 points that the Sharks got. That extra point was blocked, but it never crossed the line of scrimmage. So because it never crossed the line of scrimmage, it was a live ball, and the Sharks were able to take it back for 2 points. Jomo Wilson trying to take it back for 6. And he is ruled out of bounds at the 23, and it is Martinez again on the tackle.
And the reason he's ruled out of bounds is that the officials are ruling that he was contacted and then went into the wall. Because you can go into the wall on your own, but right there, see the contact and then pushing him into the wall when he touches the wall, that makes him out of bounds. Another nice job by Carlos Martinez, the kicker, preventing an even longer return or a touchdown.
Jomo Wilson came into this ball game 6th in the AFL in all-purpose yards, 1,437. He has 23 total touchdowns.
The good thing for Jacksonville, with a veteran like Aaron Garcia at quarterback, shouldn't see any sense of panic with this team.
Garcia under pressure, and he throws it away. Kaiser almost had his league-leading 10th interception of the season. Garcia's down.
Fran, you've done a bunch of great boxing in your career. I've watched you call some really big fights. The Orlando Predators remind you of a boxer right now who's on his toes and doing the attacking. And Jacksonville right now, a little bit on the retreat. You know, the fight is being taken to them from what I've seen early in this game.
The Sharks are on the ropes early here, and here's Aaron Garcia. As you saw, he was grabbing his left wrist, and he took a shot from Paul Griffin.
And I think it's in the landing, because it looked like the left hand, as you noted, Fran, that what he's grabbing was underneath him, was pinned to his body, and underneath Paul Griffin on the hit. And a nice job by Marlon Moore reading the gadget play. What passes for a gadget play in arena football was a tight end screen. And a nice job sniffing that out, knocking it away. But the bigger concern, Aaron Garcia's health for the Jacksonville Sharks.
And Garcia's a tough guy now. As you see Bernard Morris start to loosen up. But Garcia, throughout his career, has battled a bevy of injuries, has had 6 staples in his left shoulder. He's got a screw in that left wrist already. He's had 2 plates in his left leg. I mean, this guy, they don't make him tougher.
No, and if you're putting any type of odds or betting, he'll be back. Now Bernard Morris warming up. How often do you see in professional football a guy goes from playing linebacker to warming up to come in and play quarterback? Now, so that's the situation we have here with Jacksonville tonight, Bernard Morris.
So Les Moss walking off with his quarterback after they just wrapped up his left wrist.
Timeout. Now I need to retable. It's too tight. Too tight? You staying? Yeah, I'm going to try. Let's take it off. Hey, go. Take it off. Timeout. You got a stretch in there? Jacksonville.
All right, so the Sharks are calling timeout here because Jeff Garcia, I'm not sure if you're able to, or Aaron Garcia, I'm not sure if you're able to make out the audio there. He said it's too tight. So I need you guys to take it off, rewrap it. And you heard Chris Siegfried, the offensive coordinator, say, you're going to stay in? Garcia said, I'm going to try. So they're calling a timeout here, and we'll see if Garcia's able to stay in the game.
Not yet. Hey. Go up here again. Easy, though. Easy, man. That's good.
So the fans here in the jungle getting a little restless as we take a look at the standings here in the South Division. Jacksonville looking to go to 8-2 and beat the Predators for the 2nd time this year. And most likely 2 wild cards are going to come out of the South Division here. So Orlando fighting for that wild card spot.
If Jacksonville took a timeout, which allows Aaron Garcia to stay in the game, if they don't take a timeout, they'd have to go to the backup Bernard Morris for at least 1 play.
Just under 50 seconds left here in the first quarter. Garcia looking for Willis, but he's too hot.
Aaron in the pocket, feels a little bit of pressure and really doesn't plant before he lets the ball go. I don't know if that has anything to do with the risk. I doubt it. I just think he was trying to let the ball go in a timing route, and the ball sailed on him a little. But Rayshon Kaiser was all over the coverage for Orlando.
3rd and 10 for the Sharks. And Wilson and Garcia not on the same page. Jomo Wilson didn't have his head turned around as Garcia wanted to hit him on a hot route. And so that's going to wrap up the first quarter here in Orlando. The Predators not worried about a Shark attack at all, on top 22-2. The Orlando Predators are all over the Jacksonville Sharks. The deuce is wild here, 22-2. Coming up at halftime, and up close look at the Orlando Predator dancers, the Prowlers, and also we're going to have a special announcement from the AFL. Commissioner Jerry Kurz will join us down on the field. That's coming up at halftime. All right, as we start here the second quarter. And Garcia over the middle to Willis. And he's got a first down.
Forward progress gives him the first down on where he caught the ball and was driven back on the tackle. That was a 4th and 10 play. And Aaron Garcia got nice pass protection and delivered a strike down the middle. And Jason Willis came through with a nice catch.
12 yards there. Willis spent some time in the NFL with the Seahawks from 2003 to 05, also with the Dolphins. First and 10 here for the Sharks. Garcia over the middle, wide open. It's Willis inside the 5, down to about the 2. He had a huge year in 2008 with the New York Dragons, 136 receptions, 1,555 yards, and 30 TDs. And Willis and Garcia were former teammates, so they already have a good connection. First and goal as the Jacksonville Sharks try to score their first touchdown of the game. Wilson in motion. It is Kirby Griffin, and he is drilled and dropped for a loss.
Terrific lateral pursuit by the Orlando defense, and the first hit set up the big hit. There's Griffin with the first hit and Bayless with the finishing shot. They never allowed Kirby Griffin to get his shoulders square and point it downhill. He was running parallel sideways the whole time and absorbed all the contact.
Johnny Bayless, one of the defensive players that Pat O'Hara asked to step up. Garcia lofts it up, off the wall, touchdown, Jomo Wilson, but did a fan interfere with it? The officials say touchdown. Now they converge to talk as the Predators are saying a fan touched the ball.
And they're going to need to discuss it because the official closest actually called touchdown already. If others saw it, and what I saw on with my naked eye was that a fan touched the football as it hit the stands.
We're going to take another look at, in the AFL. There is no instant replay, so they got to get it right on their own.
Right there, ball hit the top of the wall, and I thought a fan touched it as the ball hit the top of the wall. But as you noted, Fran, no replay. Here's another angle. Hits it. Nope.
I don't know.
That's a touchdown.
I don't think a fan touched it. That is a touchdown. That's the correct call.
I stand corrected. That certainly looked like a fan touched it, and it did not. Ball hit the wall and bounced back. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
They don't want to hear it here in the jungle.
No.
But give the officiating, the officials credit. They got it right. Meanwhile, the ball spanks off the upright for Paul Edinger. So the Sharks don't get the point after, but you can catch it off the wall. Not a fan's hand. Touchdown stands.
Back in the jungle with the Sharks getting it on against the Predators. I'm standing here with the AFL Commissioner, Jerry Kurz, and we've been talking about it for a couple of weeks, Mr. Commissioner. Big announcement coming at halftime. What can you tell us?
I think if the people have read some of the league press reports, we'll be announcing 3 new teams for our league tonight. And I also can say that we'll probably be announcing a few more before the end of the season as well. Exciting news for the league, Fran and Charles, and the commissioner's going to be here telling us all about it.
All right, that sounds good. Can't wait. Jerry and James back there with Josh Bush. After the Sharks scored their first touchdown of the game, 7 plays, 28 yards, touchdown pass from Aaron Garcia to Jomo Wilson, who caught it off the wall. And Garcia stayed in the game. Got hurt, banged up his left wrist. He was 3 of 6 on that drive for 28 yards. Here is Bush off the net. Bush breaks through to about the 14-yard line. It's a 23-yard return. There's a flag on the play. Dallas Baker made the tackle.
Personal foul, number 18 on the defense. 10-yard penalty, first down.
There's been a lot of whooping that's gone on these kick returns, and it started early. Dallas Baker and Josh Bush, and Dallas Baker a few extra words. Bush tries to swat him away, and then Baker, the two-hander over the top. More than likely, that's what got him the penalty.
Hey, the jive on 95.
The jive is intensified with Orlando starting off so well.
Just 2 hours separates Jacksonville, Florida from Orlando. Nick Hill in trouble, and he's not going to get away here. Jeff Littlejohn and Henry Taylor wrap him up. They're going to split that sack.
How about the coverage of the Jacksonville Jaguars? Deep guys. Jason Perry, number 11. D. Webb, number 5. Bill Alford, number 2. They swallowed up all the receivers for Orlando. Nick Hill nowhere to go with the football, which allowed the pass rush to finally get there. Littlejohn, number 92. Henry Taylor, number 56. Neefe Moffitt, number 44, all converged on Nick Hill to bring him down.
The 16th sack of the season for the Sharks D. Hill flips it out to Jerry and James. Bernard Morris bumps him out of bounds. The Predators 20. Now let's go inside the huddle.
Trips right, waggle.
Trips left.
Trips left, waggle. 83 slide, wing corner.
Here we go. On 3. All right. Hut. Trips left, waggle. 83 slide, wing corner. On 3. Ready?
Notice that point
You're down
in the huddle?
Here.
I'm going to take a shot here that T.T. Tolliver enters into this play.
Well, it's Tolliver in motion. Hill with the hard count, and he is hit and dropped by Neefe Moffitt. Moffitt was across the line way early. Must have been something that the Predators saw on film, because they've been riding this hard count all game long, and they have been catching the Sharks.
And it's working quite well for them. It saved them a sack.
Offside, unabated to the quarterback on the defense. Number 92, 5-yard penalty. First down.
Go! Hut!
Yeah, they gave it to Jeff Littlejohn, but it was really Neefe Moffitt, number 44, getting out of the starting blocks quickly. And Nick Hill did a nice job in huddle before the play count, told the guys, hard count, and even described what he would do, which allowed his guys to hold in there and not jump themselves.
That's the 5th Sharks penalty. Meanwhile, the Predators have yet to be flagged. Hill, wide open, Tolliver, touchdown. The Predators continue the scoring parade. 16 yards. That's Hill's 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And Orlando pouring it on early.
There he is. He's the high motion guy. Fakes it to the outside. Cuts it across the face of D. Webb. Well thrown ball by Nick Hill. And what is it about those guys with T's in their name? T.O. celebrates with cheerleaders in the NFL. T.T. celebrating with the cheerleaders in the AFL.
Carlos Martinez on for the extra point to put Orlando up 29-8. It is all Predators here at the Jungle in Amway Arena. Much more after this. In case you're just joining us on Arena Football Friday here in Orlando between the Sharks and Predators, it's been all Orlando. Nick Hill was challenged after a poor late decision a week ago that cost his team the football game, and he's come out on fire, Charles.
He really has, and what they have to remember is that previously he'd had the same situation and handled it well. He made one mistake. But you talk about a guy knowing that he wanted to atone and doing it in a huge way. We're seeing that tonight with his arm and with his legs. Michael Bishop, the former Kansas State quarterback, spent a turn in the Arena Football. I think he finished second in the Heisman voting at Kansas State. But one of his big attributes, his legs. Set an Arena Football rushing record when he was in the league. Nick Hill has similar attributes that Michael Bishop exhibited.
Well, Hill came into this game 5th in the AFL in rushing, as you see the ball get caught up in the slap net, and now there's some extracurricular activities going on between Bernard Morris and Jerry and James. But back to Hill quickly, and Pat O'Hara made a great point. You know what? If the Predators win that game a week ago against Spokane, then everyone's saying, I mean, how great the team's playing, including Nick Hill. They would have won 5 of their last 6.
One of the hottest teams in the league.
One of the hottest teams in the league.
You're exactly right.
And so it's the growing pains of dealing with a young quarterback, and O'Hara being a star quarterback in this league himself. I mean, what a great mentor for Hill to learn from.
The guy he can lean on. As Pat O'Hara understands having to battle back from disappointment. Has done it quite well in his career, too.
Sharks trying to get something going over the middle. And C.L. Grogan is there to break it up with Jason Willis.
Left wide back, 51. Watch your next back. Left wide back. 51. Wide your next back on 1.
Crowd fired up here at the Jungle. 2nd and 10 now for the Sharks. Garcia with time. They go right back to the same play, and Willis has it for a first down, and Grogan knocks him out of bounds.
2 things immediately leap to mind on that play, Fran. Number 1, You heard the crowd. You saw how Orlando's been playing. They are playing like a team who is desperate about their playoff lives. And number 2, Aaron Garcia will do anything to complete a pass. He stays in there a long time, and that was awfully close to me to roughing the quarterback after standing there and delivering that pass.
18 yards on the connection between Garcia and Willis. And now Garcia flips it out to Willis again, and Willis inside the 20. 7 yards there. We're going to check in with Anthony Herron now to find out exactly what this play call is with offensive coordinator Chris Siegfried. Anthony?
Yep, got Chris Siegfried right here. Coach, what are you looking for in this play?
We're going to take a shot with Dallas on an option route. He'll be in high motion here to the right, and we're going to take a shot in the end zone right here.
Go for a TD, Fran.
So Dallas Baker.
There's Dallas Baker right there.
Garcia felt the pressure and wisely dumped it off to Jomo Wilson. More strategy back down to Anthony.
Right now, offensive coordinator Chris Siegfried just getting the play to his quarterback Aaron Garcia. Garcia favoring that left hand quite a bit. 3rd and short here, Coach. What are you looking for?
Well, we got 3 options here. We got 2 short routes and a deep route with Jason Willis on an option route. And hopefully they'll call offsides if he jumps again.
So
that'd be a good change, huh?
Jason Willis right there.
3rd and short, Garcia. He's got Baker. Baker is able to take the hit and keep on rolling. Down inside the 15 to the 11. It's a 1st down.
Fran, size does matter at times. Take a look at this. This is a big, strong receiver. Absorbs a nice hit by Kenny McIntyre, wrestles the ball away from him, and picks up extra yardage. Look at Dallas Baker. Had the grasp of Kenny McIntyre, who's a pretty sure tackler.
1st and 10 at the 11. Garcia with a hard count of his own. Picked off, but there is a flag on the play. Brayshawn Kaiser, that'd be his 10th interception if it stands. So the officials are
illegal formation, number 9 on the defense, 5-yard penalty.
As the Jack linebacker, Marlon Moye-Moore.
He's got to stay in a, he can go sidewall to sidewall, but he can't go deeper than 5 yards until the ball is either left Garcia's hand or Garcia's outside the pocket, or there's a handoff or a pump fake. So he can't go deeper than 5 yards.
And remember, only one of the linebackers can rush the passer. Sometimes you end up in a situation where 2 of them end up rushing or approaching the line of scrimmage, and that's called an illegal formation too. Negating an interception that would have killed the drive. You never want to give Aaron Garcia extra opportunities. And he's got one now.
Fewer than 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Garcia flings it out for Baker, who can't hold on.
If you're Jacksonville, now that you've been afforded another opportunity, you can't come away with just a field goal here. You've got to come away with 6 points.
32, quick to one-on-one.
Remember, Jacksonville has not slowed down Orlando's offense at all here in the 1st half.
It's Willis in motion. Stop short. Garcia hits him. Willis dives. And he's in for the touchdown. So the Sharks answer. Aaron Garcia to Jason Willis. It's Garcia's 2nd touchdown pass of the game.
Now, Brayshawn Kaiser had the interception that was negated by the penalty on Marlon Moye-Moore. He had a chance there to make the tackle in open field and stop that play essentially in its tracks. But Willis pulled away from him and then powered his way into the end zone.
Paul Edinger on for the extra point. Remember, he missed one earlier off the upright. But this one is right down the middle. So Aaron Garcia, a left wrist injury and all, has stayed in the game, and he finds Jason Willis, Sharks, not out of it.
You know what? You were very close to really.
Sharks head coach Les Moss can't get out of boxer, Charles.
Look at that. He's trying to celebrate. This is his last game in Orlando, a longtime Predators assistant, and he just wants to celebrate the touchdown with his team. He can't even get out the door. But here's my question. The assistant finally opened the door, but why was he not opening it in the first place for the head coach? Why does the head coach have to open his own door?
I tell you what, Les Moss just looks like a football coach, and you mentioned it. He spent 12 years here in Orlando as an assistant. Father Perry has great football ties.
Former head coach here of the Orlando, the first head coach of the Orlando Predators.
Also was the head coach of the Jacksonville Tomcats. So when they had an AF2 franchise from 1995.
And look at him. Still getting after. He's getting after that door as well as Dallas Baker.
Well, he may be getting on Baker just to make sure.
No more penalties.
That's right. No more shenanigans.
Now, if I'm that assistant right there, okay, you got the door, all right?
Well, he just got an earful.
Okay, you got the door, because the head coach should not be opening the door on his own.
All right, here's Bush, still on his feet before he is dropped by Justin Parrish. He can't get enough of this bit. Look at him. Look at him.
He's on Dallas Baker about John with Kenny McIntyre. You've already got us one penalty. I don't want another one. And that darn door.
Now he's just outside the door waiting for.
Look at it.
These guys to get back in. Look at. Baker doesn't even take a glance at his head coach.
It's a good idea not to look at the head coach while he's upset. The assistant waits. I got it. Since you won't open it for me, I'll take it myself. All right, back to the game.
Predators offense has been unstoppable. 3:20 left in the first half. Nick Hill flips it out to Quiroga, who picks up 7 yards on the play.
How about the accuracy on this throw, Fran? And what I mean by that is he put it in a spot that kept the defender from having any chance of making a play. See, all the way away, and allows Quiroga to keep his body between the defender and the wall, so either Quiroga's going to catch it or it'll be incomplete. No chance at all for the Jacksonville defender to get to it. Really nice throw.
Quiroga's battled some injuries this year, so they're happy to have him back. Hill wrapped up by Henry Taylor. He never saw it.
And he was never blocked, Fran. This is a retooled offensive line for the Orlando Predators. And Julius Wilson, number 55, he's talking it over. Watch here. See? He slides down inside, which gives them no chance at all. He slides to the right, slides inside, and Henry Taylor says, "Are you kidding me? That's a gift."
Well, Julius Wilson is playing in his first arena game tonight. Number 55 for the Predators. They're banged up on the offensive line. Ryan Schmidt out, David Stanton out. And so this is Wilson's first taste of arena as Nick Hill scrambles. We told you he's fifth in the league in rushing, and now there's a penalty flag as Taylor has his helmet off. And so now Taylor and Wilson jawing at each other.
Don't forget Julius Wilson smarting a bit from giving up the sack, the big hit on his quarterback. I'm sure Henry Taylor's letting him know all about it. And now they're getting after it pretty well.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 56 on the defense, 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So Taylor responsible for a big play, but then he comes back with a penalty that hurts his team. And incidentally, we talked to Les Moss today. You happy with the production you're getting out of Henry Taylor? He said he is. Not an issue, but Taylor, a veteran of this league, and has done such a great job. They want
that emotion in it.
Right.
Exactly. But right now, Jacksonville a little bit unsettled, a little bit of jawing. If I'm Orlando, I attack the end zone right now.
And Bush looked like he was way offside there. And it's a touchdown for the Predators. So the Predators with Christopher Jamison, their center, a little trickeration.
I cannot believe this play will stand, Fran. I'm in shock. This looked like the old center sneak in your Thanksgiving game in the backyard. Watch, the quarterback center exchange is never completed. So the center still has the football.
And Bush was way offside.
I mean, we've got so many different things on this play, it doesn't even make sense that this play can be completed and it can be lining up for an extra point.
You can't see it from this angle, but
I don't believe that there's anything in the rule book that allows you to snap the ball, keep it, and then run for a touchdown without a quarterback center exchange being finished. And I don't see that at all. I mean, this play has to come back in some fashion.
Greg Lafise out there with his crew. But we just told you about the injuries that the Predators have on the offensive line. And so Jamison's been moved around from the center to guard.
There was a snap infraction during the play. That is a 5-yard penalty. We will back it up, and it will replay third down.
So give Lafise and his crew credit, because there were a lot of issues with that play. Notably, Josh Bush was way offside.
1-minute timing rules are now in effect. Orlando has all 3. Jacksonville has 2 timeouts remaining.
Fran, when I was a kid, and you're playing in your backyard or in the schoolyard, that play right there,
that play was legal.
The center sneak was always on the borderline of illegal.
Right.
Right. So whether it stood or not, you know what that play caused? A fight. That was always the last play of the game because everyone was arguing on whether it was legal or not, and that finished things off. Thank goodness the officials got it right and came back and brought it back. I love Chris Jamison's open field moves and getting to the end zone, but there's no way that was a legal play. Although right now he's going to be lobbying the coaching staff to play a little fullback from here on out.
All right, we're going to go to commercial, sort this out. We're at the 1-minute warning here for first half.
1:16.
What's going on?
TT Tom, nobody calling that back. Well, hold on, there's another flag down.
Personal foul, number 44, unnecessary roughness on the defense, 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
All right, while we were away, we missed a play, so we want to inform you of what took place. Nick Hill completed
1 minute
a
timing
pass
rules are now in
to
effect.
T.T. Tolliver.
Orlando has all 3.
And Nefi
Timeouts
Moffitt
remaining. Jacksonville has 2.
was called for unsportsmanlike conduct. So that pushes the Sharks deeper into the Predators' territory.
This reminds me a little bit, Fran, of early season Jacksonville. First game of the year, they had 20 penalties in the ball game. Wow. 20. Now, I know you don't want to take away aggressiveness, but there's so many penalties flying around that's got to hurt your ball club at some point. Right now, Jacksonville very upset with how this game is going. Orlando has really been taking the fight to them most of the way. They've got to find a way to settle in and get some poise back.
And what happened there, the officials had said that we had reached the 1 minute warning, but then they put 16 seconds back on the clock. So while we were away, they ran a play. Now we're at the 1 minute warning. And what happens with 1 minute at the end of the half, we're going to have stoppage of play. So back with the final moments of the first half when we come back. Final minute of the first half. Predators up 2 touchdowns. A reminder coming up at halftime, a special announcement from AFL Commissioner Jerry Kurz. You don't want to miss. Plus, we're going to take an in-depth look at the Prowlers of the Orlando Predators. So it's coming up at halftime, but we have a minute to go here in the second quarter with the Predators.
Fran, you get out there and bust a move with the Prowlers?
With the first and goal at the 8. They didn't want to see me out there, Charles. All right, so here's Quiroga in motion. Hill on the quick count, looking for Quiroga, hit him in the chest, and he dropped it. D. Webb on the coverage.
It looked like D. Webb did enough to separate Quiroga from the football. It was a good job by Webb on the recovery because it looked like the ball was there with an opportunity for it to be a touchdown. Webb in his home state of Florida, a Jacksonville native who played at the University of Florida. He's done a nice job all year long creating big plays in the secondary.
And Webb won an Arena Bowl championship with the Philadelphia Soul in 2008. Hill looking to his right, and he's almost picked off by Bernard Morris. Morris couldn't hold on. And he was looking that way the whole time.
As a Jack linebacker, you often have to mirror what the quarterback does. Read his eyes, read his movements. Bernard Morris does exactly that. And actually, in a sense, Fran, he may have jumped too high.
Right.
He jumped so high that the ball ended up hitting him at shoulder level when he thought it would be up above his head. But a nice job by Bernard Morris knocking that pass away by Nick Hill.
Those back-to-back incompletions by Nick Hill, only the second and third passes he's misfired on this entire game. Third down now. Quiroga in motion. Hill. Oh, Tolliver couldn't hold on. There is a flag down on the play. Jason Perry had the coverage.
And it'll be a hold in the secondary against Jacksonville on Robert Quiroga, number 81. He was trying to run a little shake route in the middle, trying to break back to the outside, and they got a full, from what I saw, was full jersey grab, and the officials detected it.
Somebody better get a hold of D. Webb.
Illegal use of the hands. Number 5, defense. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Watch Quiroga, 81, working in the middle against Webb. See right there?
Can't do it. I mean, that's big.
He's got him.
Late. It's within 5 yards. You can't hold. It is tough playing safety in the AFL.
Look out for Nick Hill's legs here.
All right, they're going to hand it off to Josh Bush, and Bush loses his feet from underneath him. A lot of jawing going down on the field.
Well, you've got a desperate team in Orlando who knows they can't afford to drop another game.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville has started
Their
slow.
second called timeout this half.
And remember, they kicked around Orlando in what, week 2 of the season, game 2 of this season,
points.
just clobbered them. So they figured they'd come in here and do that again, and it hasn't happened thus far.
Biggest margin of victory all year for Jacksonville. We're going to take a look at what lies ahead for both these ball clubs. Jacksonville trying to win for the 8th time this season. Moved to 8-2, and here are their remaining 5 games. So they're going to be at home for 4 of those 5 matchups. Meanwhile, the Predators have a tough road ahead as they try to battle for the playoffs. Chicago is no gimme. Milwaukee, no gimme. And, of course, Cleveland right there, and they're battling with Alabama as well. Second and goal here. Tolliver in motion. He's going to take the pitch. And he's ridden by Webb, but not before he gets in for the touchdown. So T.T. Tolliver has a receiving touchdown, and he also has a rushing touchdown.
And a receiving line again to greet him.
Predators' offense has been unstoppable. They have not attempted one field goal all night. And I believe they've scored on every possession. Carlos Martinez is on for the extra point. And they just pitch it to him. Nice block there by Bush. Quiroga's out in front as well. And they let Tolliver do his thing.
D. Webb was upset. He thought that he had forced him out of bounds before he got to the end zone. The officials didn't see it that way. Another touchdown for the Predators. And Fran, according to my charts, you are correct. Orlando has scored on every offensive possession thus far in the first half. This is a Jacksonville Sharks team that's used to getting stops. And a stop in arena football is forcing a field goal or giving up no points whatsoever. They usually average close to 3 stops a half. Instead, they've had 0 so far tonight. Orlando in control.
It sounds like a lot, but Jacksonville allows the fewest points per game, 50.
And it just crept over 50 in the last week. Before that, they were holding teams in the 40s.
Orlando going 42 yards on 9 plays in 3 minutes and 16 seconds. T.T. Tolliver getting in for the 2nd time tonight.
Fran, there's no doubt about which team felt like their playoff lives were totally at stake tonight. In a sense, Jacksonville playing with a little bit of house money because of their lead. They wanted to come in here and knock out Orlando, but Orlando saying, we've got 0 margin for error. Felt like they should have won last week. felt like they gave that one away. Had been pretty hot coming into that game. They wanted to get back on track, but they feel like they've lost all margin for error and have played accordingly tonight.
But you have to be careful in arena football. You can't take your foot off the gas as we see another flag. As the Predator is going to be called for delay game
on the kickers. That penalty will be administered on the first play after the kickoff.
Had that as they were trying to get a late substitution in on their kickoff coverage team.
Predators were up 52-40 a week ago against Spokane. And watch that lead disappear, and they lost 53-52. Jomo Wilson can't control it off the kickoff. Jerry James is there for the recovery. And now there's more flags, but the Sharks have the football. Check that, the Predators.
Those flags all were post-play, I believe, Fran. This should be Orlando football. Now let's see what the penalties are to see where they will start this possession.
Also keep in mind, you've got a delay game penalty that was supposed to be assessed after the kickoff.
Personal foul, number 98, on the kicking team. That's a 10-yard penalty. The delay of the game will be automatically declined. First down.
All right, you ready?
All right, so here's the muffed kickoff by Wilson. James is there for the recovery, and there you see Frisner Nelson just runs over and pushes somebody after the ball is recovered and the play is dead.
But in a sense, in a weird sense, Fran, it actually helps Orlando, gives them a little more room to work in the pass game. Instead of being in tight and having things so condensed, they can be a little more wide open here.
All right, just under 30 seconds left in the first half. Hill looking for Tolliver. He's got him. He smashes into the wall, but he holds on for the touchdown. The Predators offense on fire. 18 yards. Hill to T.T. Tolliver. It's Tolliver's third touchdown of the game and his second through the air. And Tolliver is heading into the locker room.
Shades of Bo Jackson after that big run against the Seattle Seahawks, where he just went up into the tunnel. I don't think he wants to call it a night, though. I think he just wanted to make a little extra emphasis on that one. A little lanyap right on top of the touchdown.
So the Jacksonville Sharks, they only average giving up 50 points a game. They've given up 43 here in the first half. And Tolliver says, my work is done, at least for the first half after this catch. I'm gonna go take a seat.
That was a beautiful pitch and catch. The ball was well thrown. Great catch with the courage going up into the boards like that. Back to his receiving line, and that's it. Off we go. And how about our camera people? So you talk about people who work. You talk about someone putting in the extra effort, the extra mileage, the extra yardage. Great job by our crew. Now that's extra effort, folks.
T.T. Tolliver in 2008 had an unbelievable season. All arena, 117 catches, 1,647 yards, 31 touchdowns. Also in the return game, 1,398 yards. His total all-purpose, 3,165 yards in 2008. Those all-purpose yards, the fourth highest in AFL history when you're talking about single season. And this is after he was coming off a year where he had 119 catches in 2007. So this guy can play some football, and incidentally, he also can play some hoops. He played his high school basketball with Vince Carter in the Mainland High School in Daytona Beach. So Tolliver on display in Orlando tonight. Only 15 points for the Jacksonville Sharks with just under 20 seconds left to go here in the first half.
Fran, if you try to convince anyone before this ball game that the Jacksonville Sharks only have 15 points in the first half and their defense would have 0 stops in the first half, I'm not sure you'd get anyone to believe you. And that has happened.
Predators have scored on every possession. Garcia with time, over the middle, Baker's there, he holds on, and Baker's in for the touchdown. That's why they call him the touchdown maker. 36 yards to Baker. And when you get down to that final minute in the second or fourth quarter in arena football, that's when the fireworks can happen.
Well, you set it up, Fran, because the clock stops now. It's a running clock all the way through. Now you're getting more of the outdoor rules where the clock stops on incompletions and guys getting out of bounds. All of those things.
The clock for 19.6.
So,
19.6.
So the 1 minute that you have encompasses a lot of action, as you pointed out. And Fran, you've also done an excellent job in this first half of saying, remember,
thank you.
No leads are safe in this game.
Right.
You talked about Orlando last week being up 12 down the stretch, end up losing the ball game. So you got to make sure you keep going, keep pumping.
They reset the clock to 19.6 seconds. Adinger on for the extra point. Dallas Baker won a national championship with the Florida Gators in 2006. A Super Bowl championship with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he's looking for his first career Arena Bowl championship, trying to guide the Jacksonville Sharks to the promised land.
And think of the quarterbacks he's played with in his career. You go back to college, Chris Leak and Tim Tebow were his quarterbacks for the championship year with the Florida Gators. He gets to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger, a 2-time Super Bowl champion already, is his quarterback. And now he's got the most prolific quarterback in arena football history in Aaron Garcia. Pretty nice guys to catch footballs from. And you mentioned him being called the touchdown maker. He actually got that nickname when he was 10 years old, playing in Pee Wee football. 36 touchdowns that year. A friend's father was handling the PA and said, there goes the touchdown maker. And of course it stuck.
And Baker living up to that hype. And that's a big touchdown for the Sharks.
Having Garcia at quarterback, Fran, having that veteran, you know, where nothing ever truly gets him down, that's a big help for them. If they can get their defense going in the second half, and that's the big key for them, because Nick Hill has not been deterred at all, has not been stopped. If they get any type of defense going in the second half, we've got a heck of a battle down the stretch.
Well, it shows you how quickly things can change. I mean, if you go all the way back to the first game for Orlando, they were taking on the Battle Wings. At the end of the first half, they wanted to try a field goal and cut the lead to 5. And they thought that they were in good stead, but P.J. Barry for the Battle Wings catches the missed field goal, goes 58 yards for a touchdown to close out the first half. So it's literally a 10-point swing. You think you're going in halftime down 5, you end up being down 15. So the game can change in a hurry. So Jacksonville by no means is out of this, as Edinger puts the ball on the slack net.
And if you're Orlando now with 19.6,
you put your foot on the gas.
Oh, I don't think you even think about being conservative here. If you're Pat O'Hara, you're telling Nick Hill, here we go. Why not get another one?
Right, there was another flag down. It has been a penalty marred contest.
Offsides, number 18 on the kicking team. The 10-yard penalty, first down.
What do you think?
Dallas Baker again.
Left yo-yo, 50 sting, wing dig.
Josh, go get this thing. Left yo-yo, 50 sting, wing dig on first down. Ready? First down.
Josh Bush is your high motion man.
Go.
Hill lays it up, looking for Bush. It's incomplete.
And he paid for that attempt, because here comes Neefy Moffitt, 44, and for whatever reason, his helmet seems to pop off on about every play.
0.7 seconds left.
Left switch waggle, 83 hammer, wing corner.
Here we go. Left switch waggle, 83 hammer, wing corner on 2. Ready?
It's a call they've gone to a few times in the first half. It's a big play type of a deal. Wing corner. Tolliver will be the high motion man. Let's see if he runs the corner route deep.
13 seconds left. It's Jerry and James, who is out of bounds at the Sharks 21. So there are just over 8 seconds left. As we take a look at what Nick Hill has been able to accomplish so far, it's been an all-world first half for Nick Hill. Couldn't have gone any better.
Now, it's pretty simple, Fran. What hasn't Nick Hill accomplished in the first half is really more of the question. He's thrown the ball from all angles. He's run the ball effectively when necessary, including a touchdown run. And how about him feathering that one in for the touchdown pass to Tolliver?
Hill back. He dumps it off to Tolliver, and Tolliver stays on his feet. The clock running.
And he should have turned it and hit the board right away, Fran, and stopped the clock. He's got to be aware of the clock situation there. He's fortunate that they got the clock stopped at all with, what, 0.7 on the clock? Very fortunate, because as soon as he caught the ball, should have hit the wall, because you can take yourself out of bounds on your own in the 1-minute timing rules. You don't need to be contacted. You just go ahead and touch the side of the wall.
You don't even have to touch the wall. You can reach the ball over the wall.
Anything. But right there when he caught it and turned inside, that cost them time. Fortunate, fortunate, fortunate.
So Carlos Martinez is on now for a 36-yard field goal attempt. His longest of the year, 54, so he's got plenty of leg. And the kick is no good. But that's about the only thing that didn't go the Orlando Predators' way.
Second quarter.
Oh, the kick is good. All right, it is good. So I stand corrected. 36 yards. Oh, I pulled out the 9-iron. Hit the draw. Predators up big. Let's send it down to Anthony Herron.
With head coach Pat O'Hara. Pat, your team came out on fire like we haven't seen them the entire year. How did you get them ready to play at this level?
You know, they got themselves ready, but I'll tell you what, they got the possession coming out. This is a crazy game. We've had trouble playing 4 full quarters. My word to them will be to keep putting the foot on the pedal here, because we've got to play a full 4 quarters, or this score right here doesn't mean anything.
And Nick Hill came in a sense, with his back against the wall after last week. Assess his play so far. Seems like he's been stellar.
I'm not even going to comment on it yet, because he's got to play a 4-quarter game, you know, quite honestly. So we've got to finish.
All right, good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Charles?
The Orlando Predators, a team with their playoff lives on the line, came out aggressive tonight and go into the half up 46-22 over their in-state rival, Jacksonville.
With the Predators up 46-22 over the Jacksonville Sharks. I'm Fran Charles from NFL Network, and NFL Network is very pleased to be a part of the relaunching of the Arena Football League. And for a special announcement, let's turn it over to AFL Commissioner Jerry Kurz. Jerry?
Thank you, Fran. I'm privileged and honored to be able to announce tonight, because of the hard work of our great league, our owners, Brett Bushy, one of your owners here, head of our expansion committee, and because of you fans and what you've demonstrated this year that the Arena Football League coming back means to you, that I have the honor of announcing to the world tonight that we've added 3 storied franchises back to the Arena Football family. We have the Philadelphia Soul, the Kansas City Brigade, and the San Jose Sabercats. We're going to have some words from each of these ownership groups that we're proud to have back with us. They're going to introduce their groups, but more than anything, this is made possible because of you fans, not only here, but across the country, across the world, who support arena football.
Thank you, Commissioner. And my name's Craig Spencer on behalf of the Philadelphia Soul. We're thrilled to be back. Thank you, and to defend our 2008 World Championship. Let me introduce the ownership group, if I could. With me tonight is my wife, Barbara, and my son, Jake. We have Pete and Lisa Shiroki and their sons, Pete, Blaze, and Anthony. Ron Jaworski, who everybody knows. I'm thrilled to have Ron back. Yay. And Cosmo and Janet DiNicola. And thrilled to have you with us. Thank you very much, Jerry, for having us back.
And welcome back. It's a pleasure to have you with us. And from the Kansas City Brigade.
Hello, everybody. Kansas City Brigade, Chris Ligens. We couldn't be happier to be back. To my right is Kevin Porter, who's going to be our general manager. We're very, very excited. I'd like to say hi to all the Kansas City fans, the flight crew, my wife, and somebody named Tom. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Welcome. A pleasure to have you with us. And the San Jose SaberCats.
I'm Dave Fry, along with Darren Arbett. I represent the ownership group out of San Jose, along with Fry's Electronics and our vice presidents and everyone else in San Jose. We're very excited to have what we say is a great set of fans, along with a great set of fans here in Orlando. That's for sure. We're happy to be back, and we're working hard every day to get back here.
Thank you and welcome. Again, it's a tremendous addition tonight to have these storied groups, franchises, markets back with us in the Arena Football League. And I will tell you that by the end of the season, you'll hear about some new teams and new markets joining us as well. Thank you.
All right, AFL Commissioner Jerry Kerr is announcing 3 new teams. Great night for arena football. All right, the second half is coming up. Orlando up big. Ron Jaworski, he's going to join us in the booth, so don't go anywhere.
Cool. Let's see. Jacksonville will get the ball to start. So that's a good thing. Fran's here. He's good, isn't he? I mean, it's been turnovers. Orlando has 0. Look at you. Hey, you. Work.
short now. And it's Bush in motion, and they fake the flip to him. Hill with time, fires over the middle, and Chiarone is there. Garcia flips it out quickly to Jason Willis, who has it stripped. Sharks get it back in the end zone. They call it a safety. Third and short, Hill looking to run all the way. Hill, he's free. He's going to score. What a start for Nick Hill, his 10th rushing touchdown of the season. Garcia wide open in the flat is Willis, and he picks up the first down. Ball's on the ground. Predators say they have it, and they do. Hill wide open, Tolliver, touchdown. Garcia lofts it up, off the wall, touchdown, Jomo Wilson, but did a fan interfere with it? The officials say touchdown. All right, just under 30 seconds left in the first half. Hill looking for Tolliver, he's got him, he smashes into the wall, but he holds on for the touchdown. And it all adds up to a 46-22 Orlando lead. Orlando scoring on every offensive possession, and Charles, they dominated in the first half.
Not only did they dominate, they took advantage of opportunities given to them. Look at the points off turnovers, 15. Absolutely huge. So when you gave them a chance, they took it and capitalized.
All right, so we are set for the second half kickoff. And the Sharks are going to go on the offensive attack first. And important for them, since they've had so many issues scoring, Charles, to do something on this opening drive.
And they did a nice job at the end of the half getting the touchdown pass to Dallas Baker. Hopefully that'll help him settle in, and then they get the ball here to begin the second half.
All right, Jomo Wilson looking for a little magic, but he is wrapped up. Rajon Kaiser is there, and he is dropped at about the 8-yard line. Well, the Sharks will set up offense, and we are pleased to be joined up here in the booth by 17-year NFL great Roger Worski, and also who doubles as an owner for the Philadelphia Soul. So congratulations on getting back to the NFL.
And Triple doing what you do, talk about football every Monday night on ESPN. So it's great to be back. Thank you for the kind words. The Philadelphia Soul, the city of Philadelphia, is very excited to come back next season and defend our 2008 Arena Bowl championship. So, you know, the announcement came this week, but now we're excited about building our football team again.
So, Jaws, is this the longest reign of a champion in arena football that didn't play to defend the championship yet?
You might be right, Charles. I've been wearing that ring now for 2 years, and I got another year before we play again.
Because I noticed that in the ownership group at the half. They said the same thing. Hey, we're still the defending champs.
And we're ready to defend next year. Obviously, there'll be a new arena champ this year, but they got to come to our house and take it away from us. That's how we feel.
Jaws, you've been involved so much football. I'm sorry about that, Fran. I've got to ask, you being involved in the arena game, what about the translation of things that you see? You watch so much tape, see so many different things. What about the translation for some of these guys who want to make it to the NFL too?
You know, personally for me, it's a really good fit doing what I do, talking about the game at the NFL level as well as the arena game, because you see the players and the skill set. You know, I'm not sure how many NFL players could come as a team and beat an arena team. It's a different, unique game. I think you have to give the arena guys an advantage against an NFL team. The skill set is really, really different.
All right, Aaron Garcia with a big completion there to Jomo Wilson. You got a couple of minutes? Can you hang out with us?
Let's break it down.
Let's get around on, let's watch a football game here.
Jaws, we're seeing a lot of pitch and catch early as usual in arena football, such a quarterback-driven league, and Aaron Garcia, he's something else.
Well, you're fortunate to have a guy like Aaron Garcia to talk about tonight. He is one of the guys that really, when you talk about arena football, you put his number and his face next to that AFL logo there, because he's been around that long and he's been very proficient throughout his career.
You're talking about how lucky we are to see Aaron Garcia. He has been taking some shots tonight as he gets wrapped up by Paul Griffin.
Jaws, you were a tough guy in the pocket too when you played and throwing the ball for the Eagles and the Rams. And when you watch Garcia, Who does he look like to you? I mean, who can you make a comparison when you're watching Garcia play? For arena fan, for people who don't know the arena game, when you're watching it, you say, who is this guy?
Oh, he's Peyton Manning. He's Peyton Manning of the National Football League. Is Aaron Garcia of the Arena League. He reads defensive alignments very quick. The pre-snap phase very good. Once the ball snapped, he knows where to go with the football, and he's got a very quick release.
Garcia lofts it up for Wilson. There's a little contact before. Another flag is down. So we'll have to wait and see how it shakes out. Jacksonville was heavily penalized in the first half.
You know, the other thing, Aaron Garcia understands the angles. You just saw that throw there.
99 offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
It's a little touch throw. You know, you get big arm NFL type quarterbacks. They want to throw that laser in there. You watch Aaron Garcia, nice little touch over that Jack linebacker, goes to the back wall. Usually guys come up with that catch for him. He knows the angles, knows the throws.
Charles, how much of a challenge would the arena game have presented to you?
It would have been tough for me because I was a power thrower, man. I wanted to drop back and swing it, you know. I wasn't about touch. Now, I developed as my career went on, but it's tough for power arm guys to become arena league quarterbacks.
Garcia dumps it off to Dallas Baker. Kenny McIntyre is there.
And guess what? Another flag. I've had so many of those tonight, but I'm watching Dallas Baker with his size and length. You think Herron Carmichael would have enjoyed playing in the Arena League? Would you have had a ball trying to throw to him?
On the defense, pull and shoot. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Whenever we'd get, you know, inside the 5 with a Harold Carmichael, just like here in the Arena League, you know, you can throw that little alley-oop pass to him. I mean, Baker's that big, strong-arm guy. I love those kinds of guys, you know. I think back to 2008, Larry Bracken's a wide receiver we had with the soul. We got down there, we were looking for the big fella. Just like I looked for Harold Carmichael. You know, we had Matt DeRosio looking for Larry Brackens.
What attracted you to this game that you wanted to get involved in the ownership?
It actually started way back in 1990 after I retired, and I started watching arena games. I thought, man, this game is cool. This is a quarterback's game. Drop back, throw it, read coverage. I loved it. And I tried real hard for a long time to bring a team to Philadelphia, and we fortunately did, and now we're returning.
All right, Garcia can't handle the snap, scoops it up. He's still able to make positive yards. Down inside the 2.
And Fran, you remember earlier in the ballgame, you saw it, Jaws, where Aaron Garcia took that big hit and they had to go and wrap his wrist. Watch at the end of this play. Watch as he goes down. Watch what happens. See the crunch? And watch where Aaron Garcia fights for the ball first, then he grabs at the wrist again. That had to be a big shot on an already tender wrist.
That's a Marlon Moye-Moore laying the extra mustard.
Josh
Garcia.
Josh, you run it here, you throw it here.
I'm going to throw it. It's tough to gain 2 yards in this area right here as you see it. There's a loss. You know, you pitch that ball back, you give the ball to a fullback who normally doesn't carry the ball a whole lot in the Arena Football League game. Just doesn't have the skill set. Remember this, you don't have an edge. You don't have an edge, so the penetration is going to blow it up in the backfield. If you can't get that seal block, got to wrap that right tackle, got to wrap that right arm around, hold him inside. Didn't get the job done. The force made the play.
Everybody's running parallel a lot of the time when you're handing the ball off, so there's no momentum being built up, as you said. No holding the edge, no at the point of contact. They get dropped for a loss, and now you're Aaron Garcia. I know what you're doing now.
Where's the big fella? Give me one of those big guys now.
Great job by Moye-Moore to come up with the stop. 3rd and goal. Garcia flips it out to Willis, but he's hog-tied and stopped by McIntyre and Moye-Moore. All right, one of the great differences between the AFL and the NFL. What do you do here?
Oh, come on, man. This is arena football. Yeah, you're going for it here. This is a no-brainer right now. You got to score points in this league. And, you know, actually, that's what killed Jacksonville the first half. The 3 turnovers, you know, they're like stops. I mean, they are stops. You turn the ball over, you're going to fall way behind. They did. Now they just got to keep this engine going, trying to score.
All right, Sharks trying to score here on the opening drive of the second half. Garcia lays it up for his big man off the wall. It is picked off by McIntyre. So Jerron Harvey had a chance at it, couldn't squeeze it, and McIntyre, the glove, comes up with the interception. So the Predators make a huge stop to stall Jacksonville, which desperately needed to get on the board. Another look. Harvey can't hold on. McIntyre holds it down. Hi, welcome back to the jungle. Orlando Predators coming up with a huge interception there. Kenny McIntyre, they're up big. We are pleased to be joined by Ron Jaworski, who is a part owner of one of 3 new teams joining the AFL next season. Your Philadelphia Soul, along with Kansas City and San Jose expansion. Always a good thing.
It's a great thing. When you look at these teams coming in, Kansas City had an amazing following of arena football. We played on the Monday night game about 3 years ago, 18,000 people rocking and rolling. They do a great job. My old teammate Kevin Porter coaching them. You look at San Jose. They've been one of the teams that have been the backbone of this league for a long time. It's great to have San Jose back in their great ownership group led by the Fry family.
Predators are going to see if they can keep it going, as there is a flag in the end zone as Nick Hill picks himself up.
And it was good to see. You mentioned Kevin Porter, your old teammate, the Kansas City Brigade. How about this for a connection? Chris Siegfried, the offense coordinator for Jacksonville Sharks, was the offense coordinator.
Roughing the passer, number 44, defense, 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, Chris was the offense coordinator for Kansas City before they stopped play. And Neefy Moffitt ends up getting a roughing the passer call. Jaws, it has been chippy all game long between these two ball clubs.
Nick Hill's been getting beat up just like Aaron Garcia. But one thing about the arena football that you guys have followed this year, the quarterback at the top of his drop, the ball has to come out. He starts bouncing around and moving, he's going to get knocked down. It's got to come out. You know, we always talk about Kurt Warner. We talk about the Arena Football League. Boy, was that quick decision-making that Kurt had. That's what you have to do to be successful in this game. Get the ball out of your hand.
A little pitch to T.T. Tolliver. We're going to listen in right now to Pat O'Hara and Nick Hill as they discuss the next play.
Right leg to zebra, 82 hammer, Z corner.
Here we go, right lazy zebra, 82 hammer, Z corner on 2, ready? On 2.
What you like here, Jaws?
Got it figured out. You're going to get this wide receiver down here trying to get to the corner, going to hammer this backside, that little hitch over there. See, I hung around this league for 5 years. I listened to the coaches. You know, here you got a chance for the corner. Oh, he stumbled.
Hill looking for Quiroga, and Jason Ferry comes up with some contact.
Yeah, good job by Hill right there. He read the single coverage. He knew he had the one-on-one with the corner route. He laid it out there, but interference on the play. Predators get to fight another day.
And unlike the outdoor game, they're going to get 10 yards.
Pass interference, number 11. Defense, 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
As you said, Fran, not a spot foul because there's just not enough yardage in this league. Takes him down early. Easy call for the back judge to be able to throw the flag on that one. Right into his sight line, right down the middle of the field.
And important for Orlando, too, to keep firing.
Keep firing this game. You know, you try. Yeah, but you can see by the play calling here, they're calling the corners, they're calling the posts. They're having that one shot down the field if they get that single man coverage rather than that 3-deep zone. Again, you're going to see him laying off here. You're going to get a chance down the field.
Bill with time looking for Tolliver. Great pick by Wilson.
Slightly underthrown by Nick Hill, but a good defensive back where he can make up that separation. And, of course, we saw it right there.
Jaws, when you first came into this league, it was Iron Man football. Everyone went both ways except for the offensive and defensive specialists, right? But Jomo Wilson, you don't see much of that anymore. He's really a wide receiver, but he's been pressed into duty as a defensive back, and he comes up. This guy could have played in the previous era.
And Charles, you can see the ball skills right here.
Look at that.
You know, I was talking about wide receivers. Ball in the air, it's yours.
It's his.
You know, just went up and took it away. Those are those wide receiver skills that he showed playing defensive back. Wilson with a great job.
Before we let you get out of here as well, we also, I'd be remiss if we didn't ask you about what's going on with your old team in Philadelphia. Donovan McNabb's out, Kevin Cobb in. How do you think the Eagles are going to fare without Fox?
You know, it's a transition, and Donovan was the greatest Eagle quarterback ever. And that comes from me, guys, who beat themselves up there, maybe the top 2 or 3. But it's a young team. It's an enthusiastic team. I think they'll be a mediocre team. But when you got young guys with talent, we eventually become good. I think they're going to be a Super Bowl contender in 2 or 3 years. I think Kevin Cobb will do a rock-solid job for them.
How do you think the fans are going to deal with a potential step backwards in Kevin Cobb's first year.
Come on, it's Philadelphia. They don't want to hear me say 8-8. They want to hear Super Bowl, you know. But I'm objective, and I look at this and I say they're a young team. Defensively, they have some issues, but offensively, they're going to score a lot of points. Deshaun Jackson, Jeremy Maclin, Brent Selleck. I mean, they've got some explosive wide receivers. But I just think when you're young, you make mistakes that hurt you. Eventually, they'll grow together and become very good.
And in that division, you can't afford to make a whole lot of mistakes with Dallas and New York and Washington on the rise. But I'm with you. I think it's a small step back for Philadelphia before they press forward again. Because offensively, boy, just give Cobb some time for experience with those weapons around him. And if the defense continues to mature, I think it'll be a small step back.
And don't discount Andy Reid. The guy throughout his tenure as Eagles coach has won 2 out of every 3 games. He knows how to win.
Big third down. Garcia, Scott Harvey, and Harvey's going to score. So Aaron Garcia comes up big to Jerron Harvey, 47 yards for the touchdown.
And Fran, we were just talking about Kevin Cobb. Who did Kevin Cobb throw to a lot in college? This guy right here, Jerron Harvey at the University of Houston. Look at that. So, see, Josh,
he may want him back.
See, you bring up Kevin Cobb, and Jerron Harvey says, "Don't forget me."
Boy,
I was on the business end of a lot of those throws.
You get that isolation route with a lot of green grass. Woo! Terrific throw by Aaron Garcia. You give him that much time, he's going to slice you up.
All right, Edinger on here for the extra point. And so, all right, hits the upright once again. And so he's missed 2. Ron Jaworski, one of the owners from Philadelphia Soul. Hey, the best of luck to you.
Thanks guys.
Thanks, Jaws.
Hey, it's going to be a blast. Keep up the great work.
Hey, you're the one keeping up the great work. Take care, Jaws.
Aaron Garcia just put up his 4th touchdown of the night. 47 yards to Jerron Harvey. And folks, this game's far from over. As the kids are settling in here in Orlando at the Jungle. Orlando up 46-28. But things can change in a hurry in arena football.
And I notice Orlando has what I think are their hands team in the game right now in case Jacksonville wants to start the onside kick game early.
Okay.
Got a lot of guys on the field who are used to handling the football, fullbacks and wide receivers.
And so it's a little pooch kick. And Bush is going to get a running start, trying to find some room. But Rajon Miles is there to wrap him up.
Good job by Bush attacking the football, Fran, after that short kick. They tried to put it over the first 2 rows of defense and in that no-man zone before the kick returner could get to it, hoping that he wouldn't attack the football, because remember, that's a live ball. Free for the kicking team to get to. Good job by Bush attacking it.
Number 3, kickers, 5-yard penalty, first down.
All right, so that is Jerron Harvey, who had the touchdown pass offside, so the Predators are going to get bumped up 5 more yards and see if they can maintain
10 yards, correction, 10
their hot offensive attack. 10-yard penalty.
Let's see if Nick Hill can get back in the groove. Intercepted on the last possession for the Orlando Predators, the first time that they were stopped all night.
That's James in motion. Hill's arm was hit on the release, so it's incomplete. It was a short three-step drop.
Hey, he doesn't know the screen game. He doesn't know any of the screen game.
Did you hear that comment?
Absolutely.
And what he's telling Pat O'Hara is that Julius Wilson, number 55, who's brand new to the team, first AFL game, doesn't know the screen game, doesn't understand what they were trying to get done on that play.
They have been decimated at the offensive line position. Ryan Schmidt out with an ACL. David Stanton on IR as well. Here is Hill. He's got time, but it's incomplete. Nice coverage that time by Perry.
T.T. Tolliver thinks it was just a little bit too tight, trying to say that he was held as he ran his route.
Right lazy zebra. Right lazy zebra, 50 Doc, wide dig.
Here we go. Right lazy zebra, 50 Doc, wide dig, on 2, ready?
So after a big first half where the Predators scored 43 points,
Go, hut, hut.
46 points, they are scoreless here in the third quarter. And that ball is incomplete. Perry with good coverage again.
This looks a little more like the Jacksonville team we've seen all year on defense. The coverage is a little bit tighter here in the second half. The pressure has been unrelenting on Nick Hill. In the first half, he's able to shake off it all out of it, but so far in this half, he's been hit a lot.
Oh, yo, 50 sting wing dig, on 2, ready? Yeah, on 2.
Fourth and 10. Big play for the Jacksonville Sharks defense. Hill with time. Tolliver holds on, and it'll be good enough for a first down. Jomo Wilson was there on the coverage, but Hill had time, and he delivered a perfect pass.
He hung in there pretty well. Stepped through, found the throwing lane, and Tolliver with a nice catch. Laying out as he came across the field despite the coverage by Jomo Wilson, got both hands under the football, cradled it to his chest.
And once again, a great pass by Hill, put it in a place only
wide corner, on first down, ready?
In a place only Tolliver could get it. Tolliver having a big night.
Jaws talked about those corner routes that he's been hearing that these quarterbacks, the quarterback calling. There's a couple of option routes underneath it.
Bush in motion, laid it up. James has got a touchdown. So Nick Hill comes back after the interception and hits Jerry James for a 16-yard touchdown strike. And Orlando on the board for the first time in the second half.
How about this read by Nick Hill, Fran? Because watch on the motion. See, that route was bumped off. That's your first one, and then through the trash, Jerry and James from the right side of your screen coming into focus now, picks his way through, and Nick Hill came off for the first read and got it to the guy who was wide open for the touchdown on the second read.
All right, so Carlos Martinez is on to add the extra point. So the Predators go back up by 25. Nick Hill back at it again to Jerry and James. Up big.
back in the jungle. 53-28 is the score. The Predators leading the Sharks, and I'm here in the end zone joined by Mr. Kevin Porter, the general manager of the Kansas City Brigade. And Kevin, getting right into it, you've been with this Brigade franchise before. How difficult was the process of bringing them back to the AFL?
Well, I mean, anytime you have that kind of layoff with the league shutting down and trying to start up, you know, it's going to be some difficulties. But, you know, we've got tremendous fan support. We've had tremendous fan support with our franchise in Kansas City. So we're looking forward to it. You know, we're really, really happy for the city. We know that the city has been really, really looking forward to the opportunity to play arena football. We've got fans that are driving to Des Moines, Iowa to watch arena football. So we're really happy.
And how excited have they been? I mean, the news just hitting the presses right now, but I'd imagine with you having the experience you had in the past, you know what that market can do.
No, absolutely. We're you know, the fans have been very receptive. They've been very positive over the last couple of days since the news came out. And, you know, the tickets have already gone on sale. So, you know, we're, like I said, I'm really just happy for the city because the way that the league went away was very difficult, especially for a loyal group of fans. And it's great. You know, we get to play in a great arena in Sprint Center. And, you know, we're really, really, really looking forward to it.
All right, well, I know we're looking forward to it too, Kevin. Congratulations on bringing the franchise back.
Thank you. We look forward to playing on NFL Network.
Former teammate of Ron Jaworski, Fran.
That's right.
And a former opponent of mine, Anthony. I played against Kevin in college when he was at Auburn and I was at Tennessee. Played on some really good teams. Kevin, an all-SEC defensive back before a nice career in the NFL. I'm wondering as a GM, Fran, since he's going to be the GM of the team, will he appoint himself head coach too, as he was before that team stopped playing?
Garcia has Baker wide open, and it's James who just caught the touchdown pass on the tackle. As the third quarter comes to a close here. 19 yards on the completion.
So inside the final minute of the third quarter, let's see if Aaron Garcia continues with the attack right here going for the end zone.
Jacksonville down 25.
Baker all the way down here.
Garcia looking for Baker, who can't hold on, but there's a flag on the play. Baker having a tough time.
Illegal defense, outside rush, 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Remember, the defenders have to play no more than outside shoulder when they line up against the offensive line.
Number nine.
And then also, if you are the MAC linebacker, who is the rush linebacker, you have to blitz between the A gaps, between the center and the guard on either side. You have to designate one and go. You cannot do like a twist move, which is what Marlon Moore did. Faked inside, came all the way around the end. That's an illegal rush in this league.
Clock winding down here in the third quarter. Garcia gets away from prisoner Nelson, but it's incomplete. So that's going to wrap up the third quarter. Jacksonville knocking on the door, down 25. Again, the Sharks ranked number 1 in the coaches poll, come back for a victory. Welcome back to the jungle. The Orlando Predators up 53-28 over cross-state rival Jacksonville. And there has been big offense in this football game. Opening of the second half, and Aaron Garcia and the Sharks trying to get back in it, but Nick Hill showing some poise, and he comes back.
A beautiful touch right there on that throw to Jerry and James.
Nick Hill with 5 touchdown passes. He's also run one in. T.T. Tolliver, a couple of touchdown receptions, also as a rushing touchdown. Aaron Garcia is going to have to bring his team back from 25 points. Flag on the play, Garcia to Baker, but we'll have to sort out the issues at the line of scrimmage.
Orlando did a little bit of jumping around, but if they didn't break the plane, then this could go against Courtney Young, number 99.
Encroachment, 98. Defense, that penalty is declined. Touchdown.
All right, so that penalty is on Frisner Nelson as he tries to plead his case.
See, you see Orlando's jump, but you see the twitch right there by Courtney Young. So what they determined is that Orlando jumped, broke the plane, and initiated that, which forced Courtney Young to move. Thus, play holds, touchdown.
Edinger has missed the 2 extra points and they flanked off the uprights, but he knocked that one home. All right, so it's now 53-35. Jacksonville down 18. Anthony Herron now.
Fran, I'm with Darren Arbett, now part of the ownership group, which is going to be a little bit different role for the San Jose SaberCats. Now, I know a lot of folks want to know, though, whether or not you're going to be able to wear multiple hats with all the success you had as a coach.
You know, I don't know yet. Kathy Calder, who's executive vice president of Fry's, she's running it right now, and I'm part owner. So we'll sit down and talk about it and figure out what I'm going to do.
And, of course, the Fry family, it's always been known as one of the best ownership groups in the league. What was that process like getting the SaberCats back in the AFL?
Oh, they wanted to play the whole time. We never stopped working at it, continued to work at it. It didn't work out to be in the league this year. And last week we talked and it all happened, and we're excited about it.
Now, how closely have you kept up with the action throughout this first season being back?
You know, I've probably been to 8 games or so. I love arena football. I go, I check out the game operations as well as the play, and it's been great.
Now, 3 championships, 1 also went to another Arena Bowl. What's it going to be? Do you know the final answer yet on whether you're going to coach?
I don't know. You know, it's hard to win a football game. I tell everybody that, but the fans are great in San Jose, and Jerry Kurz did a tremendous job helping us get in, so we're just going to go play hard and see where it falls.
In whatever capacity you're in, Darren, we know you're going to have a lot of success. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.
Fran.
All right, so Edinger with the squib kick, and Bush picks it up, and it's 5. Bush makes a move, but he is wrapped up in the open field by Harvey. Great tackle, 22 yards on the return.
Josh Bush handled that a little bit better than the poor goalkeeper for England, Robert Green, on that type of a squib ball. Great job, attacked it and brought it back. And I loved Anthony's interview with Darren Arbett. Good job by Bush, and he explodes through the hole. Talking about the 3 Arena Bowls that Darren Arbett won as a head coach, one of the greatest coaches in arena football history. You always hear the name Tim Markham, and deservedly so. Darren Arbett deserves to be mentioned in that same pantheon in arena football.
All right, 1st and 10 now. Let's see if the Predators offense can stay hot. Hill dumps it off to Bush.
Beautiful catch, Josh Bush.
Bush is going to be close to a 1st down, and he has it as he is inside the 10-yard line.
Bunch right waggle, ball the screen right to Y. Here we go. Bunch right waggle, bubble screen right to Y on 1st down. Ready?
So what they're trying to do here is they want to get the blockers out in front and end up throwing a little screen to the third receiver and have the other 2 block for him.
Go.
Hill pitches it out quickly to Bush. And Bush banged into the wall, but there is a flag on the play. Rajon Miles there to rough up Bush.
Holding, number 17, offense, 10-yard penalty. We'll play first down.
That's T.T. Tolliver, who was coming in high motion.
Zebra, 82 hammer, Z corner.
Here we go. Right lazy zebra, 82 hammer, Z corner on 2. Ready?
So that corner route to the wide side of the field to give him room to work. See if that's Kuroga in the high motion. If he's the corner route guy.
They like to give the high motion man a little bit of leniency.
Ball start, number 55, offense, 5-yard penalty. We're gonna play first down.
The amount of flags, Fran, being dropped tonight, this resembles early season football as opposed to where we are. But I think a lot of these flags is because of the emotion of this game tonight. So much being brought into it by Orlando because of their position in trying to make the playoffs. And Jacksonville, of course, wanting to really stick it to them and maybe eliminate a rival. Heard the post corner, heard the Poco. Look for that post corner coming out of the high motion.
22 penalties in all, 12 for Jacksonville, 10 for Orlando. Hill over the middle of Tolliver, who can't get away from Bill Alford.
I thought it was nifty in two ways here, Fran. One, Nick Hill's feet, using them to buy time and then make a nice throw. And second, how about T.T. Tolliver? This looks like a play where he's about to really get lit up across the middle, but he saw Bill Alford coming, able to adjust, move his body, and avoid the big hit.
And we've talked about Hill and his feet before, very athletic, played basketball at Southern Illinois. Hill looking for Tolliver. Looked like Perry got there, but there wasn't enough contact to see the 23rd flag. And Tolliver touching his chest. He said, that one's on me.
Yeah, that was a really nice throw, wasn't it, Fran? I mean, he put it right on the spot.
Let's go. 50, double post, wing corner. All right, Z hammer.
Here we go. Stay with me. Trip, flip, switch, waggle. 50 double post, wing corner, Z hammer. On first down. Ready? Yeah, trip, flip.
3rd and goal from the 19.
They like to call him the huddle. That's often the confidence you need to execute a big play.
Go.
Hill lays it up, has Tolliver for the touchdown. T.T. Tolliver with his 4th touchdown of the night, his 3rd through the air, 19 yards, and the Predators keep pouring it on. You have got to be tough to play in this league because of these walls. They're going to find you if you play receiver.
And for him, it's almost as if he relishes that. He has no problem going into the wall, cradling the football, and bringing it down.
Martinez on for the 60th point of the night for Orlando. No let up in the Predators as they fight for their playoff lives.
Double post, wing.
50 double post, wing corner, Z hammer. On first down. Ready? Yeah, trip, flip. Here we go. Stay with me. Trip, flip, switch, waggle. 50 double post, wing corner, Z hammer. On first down. Ready? Yeah, trip, flip. go. Stay with me. Grip foot, switch, waggle. 50 double close, wing corner, Z hammer. On first down, ready? Yeah, grip foot.
Chris Jamison turning to his quarterback saying, that's money. And Nick Hill says, yes, it is. And that's why. Hill throwing his 6th touchdown pass of the night. He's also run one in. The Orlando Predators up 25 points with just over 10 minutes left. And they are trying to get to 500 once again in this season.
Fran, you go back to that play call of the touchdown. That's total buy-in right there, isn't it, from a team?
Right.
Because when you're calling plays and it's not the quarterback, you know, it's like calling pitches in baseball. You got to have total buy-in, because if they don't have confidence in what you're calling, the execution's not going to be there.
And good to see this young man smiling with his teammates.
Deserves it.
After what went down a week ago, a tough way to lose a ball game. Up 6, under a minute left, deep inside Spokane territory, and he throws a pick.
That penalty will be,
and they end up losing the football game. And we talked about it. Kenny McIntyre was a little fired up afterwards, and he couldn't hold it in, and he called out his quarterback. And it was a tumultuous week for practice for the Predators. But Pat O'Hara said, we got it all ironed out.
And they did, and Kenny McIntyre knows, and he even said it himself, should never been said outside of the confines of the locker room.
Willis is going to take it off the bar, and he stopped at the 5. So Jacksonville has its work cut out for them. First time these two teams met back in week 3, as we take a look at Kenny McIntyre, who's held up his end of the bargain tonight as well. He's played better himself.
Yeah, he certainly has. I mean, he forced a fumble early in the ball game that led to points. He got an interception off of a pass that was broken up by Jerry and James, I believe. He's made nice tackles in the open field. All in all, he looks more tonight. He's looked more like the Kenny McIntyre I remember than at any point I've seen him play this season. And when you call out your quarterback, even if it's inadvertent, you better come ready to play yourself, and he has definitely done that, as you noted, Fran.
McIntyre, a 6-team All-Arena selection. Jacksonville won the first contest by 26. They're down 25 in the 4th. Garcia loses it. The ball's still loose, and it's Jerron Harvey who has it. Garcia took a shot. There's a flag on the play. A penalty-marred game.
Encroachment. Number 18, offense. 5 yards, previous spot. Replay first down.
So Dallas Baker called for encroachment.
High motion man. They give you a little leeway getting downfield, but not so much on this play. And they did dodge a bullet there, because it certainly looked like Orlando had a chance to come up with the football, and Aaron Garcia went down twisted in a tough position, fortunate to escape injury.
1st and 15. Garcia to Baker. Comes right back to him. McIntyre puts his hat on him. Baker still up on his feet across the 20 before he's brought down, and now there's a late flag that's thrown in. It's the 25th penalty of the night.
Fran, at this rate, Dr. James Andrews will be doing torn rotator
Personal
cuffs.
foul, face mask, number 98, defense, 10-yard penalty, tacked on at the end of the run, automatic first down.
I feel for these officials. They're going to tear a rotator cuff having to drop so many flags tonight. As officials like to tell me all the time, we don't call them unless they commit them. And right there is a high tackle. The face mask was called.
I don't know if he got
didn't get the face mask, but the head got twisted in how he tackled it, which gave the appearance of a face mask penalty. Thus, the flag came out.
We'll give Frisner Nelson a little bit of credit for hustling down the field and making the play. Garcia over the middle. Harvey, big target. He's wrapped up. Forward progress is going to put him at the 5-yard line, but Harvey's a big boy, 6'5", 220 pounds. He was an unrestricted, undrafted free agent for the Jags in 2008. Spent some time in the CFL in Toronto in 09. But Harvey with the Sharks in their inaugural season. All right, clock ticking, and the clock's going to become an issue. Fewer than 8 minutes left. First and goal now for the Sharks at the 5. Harvey, big boy, touchdown. So Garcia to Harvey from 5 yards away. It's his 6th touchdown pass of the night. And Garcia mixing it up. I mean, he's got a great relationship with Jomo Wilson. Jason Willis was getting a lot of catches early, but he has found something with Jerron Harvey here.
You just mentioned big boy, right? The big fella catching the ball and going in. Fran, traditionally in this league, there were a few teams that like to run the football. Okay, Orlando was one of them. Nashville Cats were another. They called it big boy football. This is a different version of big boy football. When I look at his wide receiver core, I think San Diego Chargers, those tall, strong receivers.
All right, time's going to be an issue here. 7 minutes left. Jacksonville down 18.
Still. Hotly contested action here at the Jungle. 60-42 is the score, but big announcement came out tonight. 3 new franchises returning to the AFL, and I'm here with Mr. Peter Cherokee, one of the new owners of the Philadelphia Soul. Now, you were actually a sponsor with the Soul in years past. Now you've made the transition to being an owner.
Well, I love the AFL. Who doesn't love the AFL? And when the Soul left Philadelphia, when the arena changed ownership and changed the structure, we said to ourselves, what a void. There's no more arena in Philadelphia. And since we're the reigning champions, I must say that, the reigning champions of the AFL, when that was offered to come back and be a part of the team and buy into the team, you know, I own sports bars. It's unbelievable that I could be an owner in the AFL.
And Soul football became synonymous with the league because of the involvement of Ron Jaworski and John Bon Jovi. And so for you get to rub elbows with some of the biggest names in the business.
You know what? It's like a dream come true. To a guy like me who started in a small bar, now I have a bunch of Chicky and Pete's all over Philadelphia area. To be in ownership of a professional football team is unbelievable. And I'm looking forward to next year.
All right, Fran and Charles, Chicky and Pete's. Next time we go to Philly, we got to check it out. Back to you.
That ring glistening there. A little Philadelphia Soul bling.
Offside, number 18 on the kickers. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
So this is the time of the game where you're going to see onside kicks from the Jacksonville Sharks because they are down. And it's not that big of a detriment in this league because you figure you're going to get the football back. You can't stop it. So,
and they just don't have enough time. They've got to create as many possessions as possible down 18.
Nick Hill, 19 of 29, 210 yards, 6 touchdown passes, and a rushing TD. Hill's going to hand it off to James Lynch.
That darn near looked like an option. And the option here would have been simply ride it to the fullback or pull it out in quarterback run game to the outside, because they held that exchange a long time, Fran, between Lynch and Nick Hill.
Leftover low, 32 chip read on first down.
Lynch, 275 pounds, so
it's interesting with that run
pull that
play.
ball out.
Yeah, hard. Once the big guy gets hands on, he don't want to let it go. But Fran, looks like they're trying to eat up a little bit of time here.
Go.
You know, see 2 straight running plays.
Hill's got it. Hill's in. Charles, you called it perfectly. Looked like an option play. And the first time around it was, he just gave it to Lynch. But you see the speed of Nick Hill when he turned the corner.
Well, when you've got a guy like Nick Hill, you want to make sure you utilize every aspect of his game, and his legs are a big part of it. But you know, Fran, that he told Lynch before the snap, don't close down on the ball.
76 is
Whatever you
eligible.
do, don't close down, big fella. You already had a carry. All right, let's go out the back door on this one. Touchdown, Predators.
What a night for Nick Hill. 6 passing touchdowns. He also has a couple on the ground. The Predators up big with just over 5 minutes left, trying to get to 500 again on the season. Nick Hill has answered the call for his football team. Big night, 6 touchdown passes, 2 on the ground, and outside of 1 interception, he's been virtually flawless, Charles.
And he's shown us the full variety of throws too. The deep ball, throwing it to the outside, the touch passes, and of course his legs, his second rushing touchdown of the night. First one was on a quarterback sneak where he bounced off of a defender and ran it in. That one, the arena football version of the option. Fake it inside, take it to the outside, and Nick Hill has just been absolutely tremendous all evening long.
A young quarterback, and you're going to have your ups and downs with a young quarterback, but he certainly can play. They've shown that on the AF2 level he did. They're throwing for over 4,500 yards, and now he's got a big comeback here against Jacksonville. And for more now, we check in with Anthony Herron.
I'm taking a load off in the Orlando box with quarterback Nick Hill. Now, Nick, you've made no shortage of big plays throughout the season, but the consistency in your play tonight has been really impressive. What have you exploited?
I think it's just my approach to each series. I know that, you know, each series you got to go out there with a fresh mindset, no matter what the score is, no matter how much time there is. I got to go out there thinking we got to put some points on the board this drive and be really focused on each play, and that's what I try to do all night.
And one of the most tenured members of this football team, Kenny McIntyre, there was a public statement made wanting better play from you. How did you respond to that?
I mean, I want better play from myself too, you know what I mean? I'm out here competing and want to win too, and you know, things were said and we talked about it, but I want these guys to look at me and want to win games for them. I know that I can, and I'm going to.
And Fran, Nick Hill told me he will not be satisfied until that clock strikes 0.
All right, Anthony, and that's what you want to hear from your young quarterback. You know, hey, that's right. Put it on me. I'm the quarterback. I want to play better, and I want to help lead this football team. And Nick Hill is learning how to be a leader, but there's certainly the talent is there as Baker can't hold on.
And this tells you one thing as we shift back to Jacksonville, Fran. The nature of arena football, because of the things that have happened over the years where points are scored quickly, crazy bounces are happening, you never feel like you're out of the game. Otherwise, Aaron Garcia is probably not out there right now.
Gotcha.
If this is the outdoor game with this type of a lead and the clock,
oh yeah, no way.
He's out of the game because you're living to fight another day. But arena football, you always think you got a shot.
And that's why Garcia to Willis for Garcia's 7th touchdown pass of the night. It's a 12-yard connection. So there you go. Ettinger will come on and see if he can make it an 18-point game. But the clock certainly is going to become a factor for the Sharks. Garcia put a little zip on that one. Oh, Ettinger misses his 3rd extra point of the night. Keep in mind he had a growing injury. He missed 5 games.
2:46 left in the game.
We go back and take another look at Aaron Garcia's touchdown pass to Jason Willis.
Willis even takes the bump, and in a sense, the bump actually put him harder, deeper into his route, because it bumped him to the outside. And as you mentioned, Fran, that one whistled in there from Aaron Garcia. So this is his 7th touchdown pass of the night. What number hit do you think this is on it? I mean, we've lost track. But the veteran gunslinger
gets up,
throws some more smoke,
gets up,
blows on the barrel of the gun, holsters it, and waits for the next series.
Les Moss now talking to his kickoff team.
Comes another onside kick, obviously.
Right, last bit of instructions. He's getting right in the mug of Dallas Baker there. Saying, big fella, we need a play here.
If we get a good hop out of the kicker for the onside kick, that's where the height of a Dallas Baker might come into play.
The 3rd time this year, Aaron Garcia has thrown 7 touchdown passes. He now has 943 for his career and 62 on the season.
Feel for Paul Ettinger with the 3 missed points after touchdown. We were joking with him in pregame, Fran, about his replacement. Was it Massimo Scaccia?
Scaccia, there you go, right.
And remember, they never even put Scaccia's name on the back of his jersey. And I said, Paul, did you pay the equipment guy not to do that so he could let him know he wasn't going to be around for long? He got a big kick out of that one.
All right, so they kick it deep. Interesting.
That's a surprise.
Josh Bush has got a little room out to about the 17-yard line. Explain the strategy there.
I can't, because I would think you would need possessions. You're trying to create a possession now off of your defense as opposed to creating a possession off of the onside kick and gain an extra one.
All right, let's check in with Anthony Herron. He might have some insight there as we listen into this play call first.
At this point in the game, they decided not to go with the onside kick because there's just under 2.5 minutes remaining. So with a 19-point deficit, 3 scores, there's still a possibility to have enough opportunities at the football.
All right, so let's see if it pays off for the Sharks. Quiroga in motion, and he's open. Perry wraps him up, but not before he's inside the 15.
See, that means the defense has to come up and create that stop now, as opposed to gaining an extra one with just an onside kick.
21 yards there as the clock ticks away, and you can see the Predators are in no rush.
They're in no rush. You remember the last time they were in this situation, right? I heard 47 toss. I think we're going to have the fullback carrying the football or someone else. But they're going to try and eat up a little time with the run game here, too.
All right, at what point do the Sharks start burning some of their timeouts? Because you want to burn them before you get to
the
at least
1 minute.
one before you get to the 1 minute warning.
It looks like Les Moss is going to let it play out to the 1 minute warning, or did we finally get one? Yep, got one now.
Timeout. Jacksonville. It's their first call timeout this half.
All right, then let's check in with Anthony Herron one more time.
I'm here with Shark QB Aaron Garcia. We saw you injure your left wrist earlier in the football game. How's that hampered you so far tonight?
I don't know. I mean, it hurts, you know, but I mean, that's part of the game. We'll get an x-ray after the game and see what's really going on in there. We just had a rough game. We're all going to have to lick our wounds, recover, and get back at it.
Now, as far as getting back at it, you had the best record in the league coming into this football game. A chance to put this team out in Orlando. Were you surprised with the effort they played with?
No, not at all. I mean, they've been getting better all year. I think they've won 3 out of their last 4. They lost last week by 1 point. So, I mean, it's going to get tougher and tougher as the year goes on. And if we don't get better, then, you know, these are the kind of things that are going to happen.
Any idea how bad the injury could possibly be to your left hand?
I mean, it's very possible that it's broken. But, I mean, it's my left hand. I don't throw with it. Got to be able to take a snap, obviously. But I mean, that's the least of our problems right now. We got some things we definitely got to clean up besides that.
No doubt in my mind, one of the tougher quarterbacks in the history of this league, guys.
Call him Tony Stark, Iron Man. I mean, Garcia said, well, it hurts, you know, but hey, I've had screws and staples and plates put in me before, so this is no big deal. You know, we'll get an x-ray and see what the deal is after the game. No. All right, Hill's going to hold on to it. It's a play where they scored a touchdown earlier, but not this time as Bill Alford's there. And so Les Moss is going to let the clock tick down to the 1 minute warning. So we're going to be back for the finish here. Predators up 19. Can they seal it off when we come back?
Orlando.
Breast Cancer Awareness Night here at the Amway Arena, and that's why you see the pink stripe on the football. And the Orlando Predators trying to wrap up this matchup against Jacksonville. And here's how the standings are now. So if Orlando wins, they're going to move to 5-5. And it's important because most likely, Charles, both wild cards in the American Conference are going to come out of the South Division. As you see Tampa, Alabama, and Orlando battling, because in the Southwest Division, Oklahoma City, Bossier, and Dallas, they all right now have records below 500.
Yeah, and when you look at it, too, Tampa Bay is down a tiebreaker against Jacksonville due to their loss to them earlier, but they get another shot at them later.
All right, Hill's going to keep it, and he is wrapped up. And so the clock still rolling. And surprisingly, Jacksonville is not calling timeout.
I would have thought that they would have called their timeouts and tried, but I think Les Moss might have said, okay, that's it for this one, fellas. And if you're Orlando, what a hard-earned, terrific victory for them this evening. They've been phenomenal.
And so Carlos Martinez is on really to make it academic here as Orlando reaches the 70-point plateau for just the second time this year. $70-48. A reminder coming up next Friday on NFL Network Arena Football Fridays. We mentioned how tough that South Division is. Tampa Bay, they're going to take on Bossier Shreveport, and we will be there. Kickoff at 8 Eastern. But a jubilation all the way around here inside the jungle. And why not? The Orlando Predators, and that man right there, Pat O'Hara, in his first year as head coach, as he gets a big hug from Paul Griffin, who played well. Hugs all around. Chris Jamison getting some love. They're going to move to 5-5 and be very much alive in this playoff picture. They started out 0-3. And the only time that the Predators started out 0-3 in franchise history came back in 2001. And guess what? They rallied. They made the playoffs at 8-7. So let's check in now with Anthony Herron on the last field goal we saw. Anthony.
Fran, important to note that now with them being up 22 points, they were actually defeated, speaking about the Orlando Predators, defeated by Jacksonville by 20 points. If these two teams end with the same record at the end of the regular season, that will be one of the first tiebreakers that comes into play. So that is why Pat O'Hara kicked the field goal.
All right, so Jomo Wilson's going to try to take it out. One correction there, Jacksonville actually, they beat Orlando by 26 points. They beat them 57-31. Just for clarification purposes. So just over 12 seconds left, but this one all but over. And Pat O'Hara, he's had his back up against the wall a little bit more often than he would like this year, Charles.
Give him a lot of credit, though, for getting this team ready to play. You told us the story, Fran, of the Kenny McIntyre outburst that pointed the finger at quarterback Nick Hill about why they weren't playing well. That means the head coach had to deal with that, had to address it, had to work through it with his ball club. And I know those had to be some tough days because normally that doesn't get outside of your locker room. But he found a way to get them ready to play tonight in their most important game of the season to date. Give Pat O'Hara a ton of credit as the head coach.
So the Orlando Predators, they make it 5 victories in their last 7 games with a big 70-48 victory over the Jacksonville Sharks. The Predators improving to 5-5. Meanwhile, Jacksonville slips to 7-3. That's it for us here from Orlando. We're going to see you next week in Tampa. The Storm playing host to Bossier Shreveport right here on NFL Network. Coming up next, NFL Total Access. For Charles Davis, Anthony Herron, and our entire crew, I'm Fran Charles. Good night. Thanks for watching.